Howdy folks, welcome to Adventures in Alberon. This is our 5th edition D&D campaign. I am Joe Treff, your Dungeon Master for this and most other evenings, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, and Hannah. We are down one Alana who's not feeling well. We hope you're feeling better soon. And we are down one Tina because Tina's a mom now. However, we do have a couple of announcements before we get started because we are rolling right into the holidays. So please give me just 1 second. What?
Rolling like dice.
That one just went over my head.
Don't worry.
Over my head
jokes
too.
for 3 tonight.
So we have no sessions next week, either Starfinder or D&D because of the upcoming holidays. However, that does mean our next game after this one is going to be Mosaic Team 5 on December 1st. Following that will be the final Adventures in Alberon session. That is going to be on December 2nd, barring a TPK tonight. Then, the next 4 days of December are going to be an Alberon Expanded Universe 4-part campaign run by our very own Kara. This is called Sea of Ice, and it is a campaign set 3 years after the conclusion of our story here, and will serve as a bridge between the two campaigns. Players will be myself, Matt, Alana, Hannah, Olive, and Miles, who is returning from the original Finger Gang, which just pains me to say. That's 6, yeah? We now have the capacity for 6 people. Look at that. Speaking of which, Adventures in Alberon Campaign 2 will begin officially January 6th, I believe. With Matt, Kara, Alana, and Hannah forming our starting party, and Tina joining sometime shortly thereafter.
Our starty.
You're starting. Oh, God, I hate that. Alberon RPG is our handle on Instagram. We do a lot of maps, such as this one right here that we're going to be starting out in just a little bit.
Thank you, Dairy Dice Roller.
Oh, look at that. So if you want to see that in a little bit closer detail, as the camera is still zoomed out fairly far, there are pictures, there are maps, there are all kinds of things. That is at Alberon RPG on Instagram and alberonrpg.com, our website. We also have new features to our stream. On our stream, when you do certain things such as donating bits, following, subscribing, there are alerts that will pop up. Additionally, there is this wall behind the field of text that will appear when chat is typed in. Any emotes that are entered are going to pop up, and now there is a added feature where if you do more than one will pop up as well. So that will mean that you can visually see the emotes on our stream. And then just whipping your head around. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, there you go. So that is working, we can confirm. And then finally, in theory, we have Nightbot in our chat, and that will be something that is going to be helping. And actually, if somebody wants to do ! And then one of your character names, we can see if it's working. That should bring up a bio. There are a couple other features such as ! Game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Pouty.
You are a pouty elf.
It's true.
So these are all new features. There is a cooldown on each command of about 3 minutes because I do not want people to just forcing it in. Dan, you could do these too. Also, what will you not know about your character?
I don't know. Everything.
Fair enough. So those are all brand new features. Nightbot's there to help us out. We have a whole bunch of things that are happening this week. So this isn't going to be distracting at all.
Sorry.
No worries.
It keeps auto-correcting to a space.
Oakfeld. E.T.
So because of that, there are many things that you could do.
That's not
and
how
you can
it's
see.
But he's,
I honestly, I don't even know.
He's a felled.
I have no idea. I made the
OAKFELD.
character.
But he's a felled oak.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I got in the PDF. So,
I don't even know how Bubs is spelled.
finally, finally,
We did it.
for sound effects, for music, anything that we're not doing ourselves, we are using Sirenscape, which is a digital tool set that you can use to add sound to your games, to your life. This is a little track called Witch Music, just a nice little kind of MIDI sort of sound. Oh man!
You should not have given us toys tonight.
I know. There's a weird energy in here. But for witch music and other sound effects, you can use Sirenscape. And with that, I will go ahead and
I think it's the imminent death.
Into our recap.
Gallows humor, maybe?
Gallows humor?
Yeah.
Like, because we're maybe about to die.
We're gonna die.
We'll see.
Gallows humor.
How funny.
More gallows humor.
Fate Changers. Last we played, You looked for ways around this force cage that blocked your path, and resolved to have Brenna use a mace to smash her way through the marble on one side of the hall. This worked to fairly good effect, Brenna, you actually succeeding to such an extent that you were able to pop a small peephole with this mace out of the stone to peer through. You were able to look into this room beyond and spotted the husk of the purple dragon Kindscale, slain by the previously named Finger Gang, the party that Akka and Shay were both a part of for a time.
Associate of.
With this in mind, Akka, you kind of shrugged into place, and seeing a place where you might be able to implement your will, you tried to pull a dragon into a very small space. This failed, as it had previously, and you engaged in combat, now all trapped in a very narrow channel dug into the wall with this mace.
I was fine.
A psychic scream was unleashed by Kindscale, rolling across and initiating combat. You all entered into the space, fighting with both Heinrich and this dragon. Heinrich attempted to finish this short rest, only 10 minutes away from completing. However, as you interrupted, he was unable to finish and thus not able to regain most of his spell slots. But as you engaged him in combat, Akka, he did have one final trick. He summoned a blade of pure darkness, almost 10 feet long, that hovered behind him and acted almost as its own entity, carving deep wounds into you. However, with all of you put together, Brenna carving deep wounds into Kindscale and mostly hiding under a fallen pillar, kind of keeping... You're almost like a spider in a nest that was just kind of like stuck in there, and then you would come out and attack.
What is the point of being a tiny gnome if you can't hide under
Like
a pillar?
a tunnel
Absolutely.
spider. Yeah.
With Akka managing to again take a fair amount of the damage, Oakfeld becoming a very giant tree and smashing
She is
things as
what to
Oakfeld
do.
does. You were able to finally again defeat Kindscale, and Akka, you were able to defeat Heinrich, this tiefling who had been a member of your party and a friend for some time. You had accused him of giving up, and with his dying breath, he was able to say that he never had. He pointed to this bookcase with the book sprawling now on the ground, disrupted by the battle, and you saw hundreds of years of text written by Heinrich, detailing his experience being lost in the Feywild, being separated from Akka, Shay, Morwen, about trying to find and ultimately giving up, getting lost, and renewing his pact with Azra, this goddess of rot. But even then, still not giving up. He traveled across the Emerald Expanse to Everest, to the Asenlock. He used his status as a lore minder, and for all these years had tried and still failed to stop Azra. You proceeded onward, entering into a space narrower and much more vertically oriented than the previous one. There are pews of scorched steel that lead up to what looks like an altar and a podium of the same material. Here and there you can see toadstools and fungus that has risen from the floor. There are candelabras in the back, these almost 10-foot high pillars of iron or copper that seem to be holding just the remnants of candles. Here and there from above, you can see just tiny little bits of ash. And looking up, you can see there are balconies on every side of this that rise up and up and up, almost 100 feet into the air. For any of you with dark vision, you may be able to see almost the last balcony, and seeing that, you would see fluttering off of it and fluttering from the door around it, these paper seals. From there is a faint glow, and that is the only real light that enters from above. And still, this ash seems to fall, almost sourceless. But that is where we begin for this evening.
Where exactly are the fluttering?
So north, if you look at where Keeper Zera is, that angelic creature, and I will go ahead and put us into our combat camera here. Give me 1 second.
Is it gonna be our combat camera?
You put us into our roleplay camera. Right?
You know, the roleplay camera.
Yeah. That is what this is. Okay.
Oh, do I create a new command word, or do I have to remember what the command word is?
You can create a new command word. You don't have to remember Heinrich's command word from 2 years ago. That would be a little bit intense. Okay.
I'd have to go back and rewatch.
I have spell slot for you. I had forgotten.
Nice.
Brenna, you are the first person to enter this space, or stand just at the edge of the hall. And as you do, you can smell the smell of burnt hair, although a little bit different. And as you look down, you see in the slight wind that blows from above, these burnt feathers just wisp across the floor. Ahead of you, erupting almost seemingly from the floor, there are crystallized elements of this magic salt that you remember from your home. They seem to have been transported or perhaps grown or summoned in this very space. And as you get further back towards the northern wall, you can see the toadstools of Azra seem to have kind of grown into them as well. With your danger sense innately, there is something very dangerous about the circle next to Keeper Zera. But your eyes can't leave this woman. This is the first person that you've seen since being lost in the Feywild for 2 years. When you returned home, there was not a single person left alive. In fact, many of those who remained reanimated and attacked you. This is the very first person, and they look changed. First of all, you note behind them spread these large black wings. You can also see, though they wear this huge cloak, they're every bit as short as they were before, almost constantly fluttering these wings and keeping hovered. But they wield a huge golden scythe that is roughly the length of your body. She sneers down and across. Is anybody doing anything?
Clutching the Pearl of Power. I'm going to use it.
Okay. So,
quick!
You squeeze your hand on this smooth object, new to you. Taken from Heinrich, you know how it works, and so you restore spell slots. No problem.
Cool.
Do you want another spell slot?
I'm not going to say no. I mean, spell slots is spell slots, my guy.
So I'm going to use bolstering magic on Akka, so he gets 1 expended spell slot of D3 or lower. 2!
Nice. I needed those.
Yes, indeed. And then I'm going to turn my attention back to Zera.
Sure. So in this brief moment, you all turn and briefly converse amongst yourselves. You guys like tap each other on the shoulders, casting these spells. And from up, oh yeah.
Oakfeld's going to put his hand in his pocket, and he's going to feel for the acorn.
Okay.
Does he feel any warm?
I mean, moving around, yeah, you would imagine probably there's a warm acorn in there, but it's hard for you to tell which is which.
Yeah. That's been the total goal the entire time.
Yeah. Keeper Zera looks out.
That is the goal.
The graying skin of this ancient rock dome peers out over you and then settles upon you, Brenna. Of all the gnomes in Gomjaran, the least talented is the one to survive.
Brenna's gonna
Getting ready to just
shake her head at Keeper Zera and be like, at least I haven't turned to evil. And then I'm gonna rage and fly at her.
Oh, okay. All right.
The call.
No role playing. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Housekeeping. How tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling is 100 feet tall.
Oh, nice.
We had a very nice conversation earlier, Joe, in which I checked on whether there was more to say here. I decided that there's not.
Every encounter is a potential roleplay encounter, but not this one.
Not this one.
Oh my
Not
god.
Brenna.
How tall is this oak?
That Oakfeld, I think we came to, I think it was 18 feet. It was right around the size
Plus
of
10 to initiative, yeah. Well, did you see her stealth? She's got plus
No, it's gonna be
17
higher
to
than
stealth.
No, holy shit.
Did you roll for her?
It's the same size as a stone giant. So
It wasn't great.
look up what that height is. I believe it's
I
18
also
feet.
rolled very badly.
Where are my d20s? Okay. Love it.
Love it.
No, because Stone Giant's only giant. I mean, is only huge. I'm gigantic.
Oh, you were holding the other mini.
Yeah.
When you hold that one, that is the gigantic one. I believe that's 32 feet tall.
No, that's only like 6 inches
I
tall.
think it's like 60.
You can look it up. Give me
I'm
one
gonna argue with
second.
you on that one. Too.
All right, anybody
Your
natural
scroll's all
20?
off. No.
Okay. Anybody 25 to
That's
20?
tough. No.
Okay. 20 to 15?
19.
19.
And 15 for Eleanor.
19, 15. Wow, that's not good.
No.
Okay. 15 with plus 10.
Still a 6.
Yeah. I rolled
upsetting.
a 5.
Oakfeld, where are you hanging out?
I
Alana.
rolled like 2 6s in a row. One of them was cloud. So it's a 6 plus 3. It's a 9.
Brenna?
What?
7.
There's still a 2.
I have
Love
advantage on
this.
initiative rolls, and I got a 4 and a 3.
Oof. Oof.
Big
So,
oof.
I
The
bet
way
Shay
that
did
this
really
starts-
well, though.
Yeah.
at the very top of the round. And I would say with that burst of movement, you can move yourself 30 feet in.
Hell yeah, thank you.
4, 5, 6. Do you want to be floaties? We got those floaty
I would like
boxes.
to be floaties, yeah.
Floaty boxes.
I could have a
Floaty
floaty box,
boxes for
please,
you.
thank you.
Thank you for the floaty
And actually,
boxes.
the third one
The
is
answer to
because
do
there
you
has
want to
been-
be floaties is
Oh, and
always
I'm probably
yes.
going to need a 4th one because of my... Which keeps ending up in your little box
So-
of animals.
The way that this all shakes out, very lovely, is
Is that lovely?
at the top of the round, there is a layer action.
No.
Then something else is moving.
No.
Then Akka. Then Eleanor. Then the
The beholder?
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Then
Joe.
Oakfeld.
I don't see a
Then
beholder anywhere. What are you talking about?
I mixed up this thing and Keeper Zera.
The asteroid beholder that you just got?
You have a cool new mini to destroy
It
us
is
all.
not that.
64 is the maximum height. 250,000 is the max weight.
So at the top of the round, there is the first. What is the maximum height?
64 feet.
64 feet. I'm gonna put a cap at 50 feet for mechanical reasons.
That's right.
However, neither here nor there. At the very top of the round, the layer action goes off. At the top, you see suddenly a disturbance of ash, almost like these grates begin to open. A couple of embers flick down. Can everybody make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Is it magic?
It is not.
God.
You would remember that you were told there were these fire elements to this building, and you did have a chance to interact with these 3 pillars with glowing celestial handles, but instead, here they are.
19.
19, very nice.
I rolled for
Oh,
Eleanor.
oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled for her.
Good.
I did it first.
Good.
Eleanor got a 30.
Nice. Brenna?
Not good, Joe.
24, okay.
Brenna got a 11.
Wow, Brenna.
Not good.
So the embers begin to fly down, and as you rush forwards, they get into your hair, into your face. Everybody else, you see these coming down. There's not very many of them, but as these grates open, you would imagine they will increase. You only take 3 points of fire damage.
I'm immune to fire damage.
Look at that. So as this
Hey.
hits you, you just like, it just almost strikes into your face, and these glyphs, this magic, almost innate in you, this wild magic, sparks and fizzles and keeps it from striking your skin. But that is the layer action. That brings us to Keeper Zera. Keeper Zera, as you rush forwards, kind of smiles, and she says, "So quick to act. Let me introduce you to the rest of my sisters." She points, finishing the ritual, summoning from that circle a creature familiar to some of you in a
I
way.
knew I should have tried
Although
to
it
burst
looks
that thing
markedly different.
as soon as I saw it. Should have tried to blow up the thing.
We all have regrets, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
No.
Oh, God.
This creature,
God, I love this box.
you can see it is a ball, a mound of flesh. But unlike the miniature, you can see places where there are humanoid ribs, arms, legs, torsos that have been crushed and compressed to form this creature. There is no mouth, but as this creature emerges from this almost fold in space, you can see the flesh peels open to form this cleft in the front of it. And then it's almost like hands reach into the flesh and pull space. And you can see, almost blind and cataract, this beholder-like eye. Brenna, is your flight a magic ability? It's from your winged boots, correct?
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as magical.
It does. You fall.
Oh.
How high were you flying? Are you flying at the height of Zara?
I think I was trying to be eye to eye with her.
So you fall 10 feet. But for you, at your level, no problem. You land almost superhero style. These like embers coming around you. Okay. So this creature now gazes out, and from the stalks of this flesh, you actually see each individual eye gnome-sized, and you realize these are the eyes of the rest of the choir gnome. The optic nerve just trailing back and leading to form almost these tendrils that they sit upon. However, this creature seems to behave in similar ways to a undead beholder, in ways.
Not cool, man, I say.
That is her action. Does she have a bonus action? Nope. That is going to be her turn. That brings us to Akka. Eleanor is on deck. Akka, what do you want to do?
Let's see, because now that there's a beholder, that might change my plans here. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna try to using my I'm gonna make my thing appear. Bonus action.
So bonus action, the shadows around you congeal and coalesce into this shadow Akka, forming slightly in front of you.
And I'm gonna try to use my action to use one of my arms vortex warps to pull Keeper Zara toward me.
Sure. Now,
that's a
give me
con
one
saving
moment
throw,
here.
I believe. If she doesn't do something else with magical abilities.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Akka, you fall to the ground.
This is good music.
I was only like...
Yeah, you're just a little bit off.
Very gentle.
And as you think about this, before you use that spell, knowing that you're not flying, you imagine using this probably would not work.
Okay, so I haven't used it.
No, because that should have happened at the start of the turn. I forgot you were flying as well.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Given that that is the case...
And actually, I believe your echo vanishes as well.
It's technically not magic.
I believe it is. Well, I'll take a look here.
Yeah, because
it's a nerd off, everybody.
Or you take a look. You take a look.
All right, I'll take a look. In the meantime, I think I would try to, knowing that my magic is going to be relatively ineffective in this battle, I'm going to try to position myself thusly so that I have cover from these two at the moment. And I believe, at the very least, my arms lightning launcher, it counts as a
Ranged weapon?
simple ranged weapon.
I believe so.
Yes. So I'm going to try and attack, which I believe I'm still within 90 feet.
You are, and you're going to attack Keeper Zara?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Allow me to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. First one's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20, that just misses.
Okay.
As you see this bolt of lightning launches forwards, it is dead center where her chest should be, but as it goes, you can see around the room these crystals of salt almost begin to vibrate with this crystalline resonance, and as it gets into your ears and you have to squint, your eyes almost watering, it's like this spell dissipates around her.
I'll try it one more time because extra attack.
Go for it.
Like I kind of have to. That's going to miss. It's lower.
Yeah. All right.
And then that's attack, action, bonus action, movement. I think that's it. I'm going to use the rest of my time to figure out whether or not I still have my my guy. Actually, okay. If I don't have my guy, I'm going to make one more bonus action attack, but I'll look this up and I'll just roll that if it happens.
No problem.
Because it's going to be like 6 damage at most.
Okay. Let me know.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, Keeper Zera will take a legendary action. You watch as she looks at you, your spell just kind of, or your lightning launcher just dissipates around her, and she sneers and she says, "This is not the time." She reaches towards this beholder, and as a legendary action, she's going to use Time Marches Forwards, which is essentially Gift of Alacrity.
I don't like this.
The beholder adds 5 to its initiative score, and as it was previously going 1 after Eleanor, and is going to now be going right after Akka. Yeah.
So I just rolled a natural 20 because the Manifest Echo, you can use a bonus action to magically manifest an echo.
So that would imply that the echo is magic.
Right. Which would mean that I wouldn't have been able to do it.
See what you're saying.
Yes.
Very good.
So
Okay.
I just rolled
Roll damage on that.
a
Oh, so you
natural
bonus
20.
action attack.
Yeah, so I bonus action
instead of summoning.
attack
I see what's going on.
and hit a natural,
I
hit
was-
a natty
You rolled a
20.
20 to summon.
So,
That was a roller coaster for me.
so I roll it and double the die. Right?
You roll it, you double the die, and then you add your modifier after
Right,
that.
yeah. But I just wanted to make sure that like she didn't have something that prevents me from critting. All right, that's fine. Damage is damage. That's fine. That's gonna be 7,
Okay.
and
little bit?
I deal. Oh, actually, I deal an extra D6 for the lightning launcher on the first time that it hits. So
Okay.
nice. So that's another 10 points of damage.
And this is lightning damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. So this strikes her. She kind of sneers at you, and this time lays a hand on the beholder, and you watch as these tentacles, these optic nerves, begin to writhe faster. This creature, now significantly faster, is going directly after you, Akka, before
Of course.
Eleanor. So, this will bring
Of
us
course it is.
to the
course it
Whipstitch
is.
beholder. It is going to keep its gaze fixed on you, this party. However, it is going to move. Where's its movement here? Okay. Can you move? Or actually, I got it.
No, I can move it. I'll
Can
just
you move it?
Not magic.
Can you move it right to where that
Specifically,
podium
it
is?
says it doesn't say
Phenomenal.
magic. So
He's orating now.
So this creature just flumps down, and you can see it approaches your group, this cone rendering any magical effects around you completely inert. It is going to use eye rays, and it's going to be firing at random people, which is great.
do I have cover?
Huh?
Because I positioned myself.
Can each
to
of you
have
roll a
cover.
d20? You do. You have 3/4 cover.
Okay, cool.
You have full cover there from where it
Okay,
is, yeah.
cool.
14.
19. Should I roll
15.
for Eleanor?
Yes, please.
Any pluses? there?
11 for Eleanor.
Nope. What did you roll? Okay.
14.
Okay, so this is going to target Eleanor.
Sorry,
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool mechanic. I like that.
It's the beholders are kind of complex.
We're all going to be doing a lot of apologizing to a
Oh, wow.
lot
I
tonight.
right?
could list lucky and try to get a load.
So you watch as it whips around, and one of these eyes like sprawls open. It rips. One of the eyelids
Kind of
splits,
the Saints.
and it casts Enervation Ray at Eleanor. Can you make, or can somebody make a Constitution saving throw for Eleanor?
Do you want to
please?
do
I
that
got
one? I kind of pooped the bed.
17.
That's better.
17. That
Just keeping track of her.
is going to be a success.
I've
So-
got it. I've got it up here.
As this necrotic energy crackles into Eleanor, you can see it does 47 damage, halved to 22. Or sorry, to 23.
Okay.
Can everybody roll a d20, please?
Because it's multiple eye beams.
It is.
I got a little Eleanor.
Okay.
16.
I'm gonna let you just keep riding that high.
Yeah, 12 for Brenna, 18 for Eleanor.
My sparkling guy. Oh, there it is.
Oakfeld?
16.
Okay.
Natural 20 again.
Natural 20. Okay.
You avoid the shit out of that attack.
So that is Brenna, I believe?
Yeah.
Brenna, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Is
This
this
is a magical effect, yes.
All right, so I have advantage.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
Die.
Okay. With a dirty 20, you see this ray coming, solid purple lines with this element of some kind of, it looks almost like psychic sludge. And as it streaks by you in a rage, you just dip underneath it, having to like roll on the ground, not used to not having these wings to rely on. It flies over top, and as it does, there is something about it that you would imagine that could have very easily put you to sleep. But it doesn't.
Ooh.
And for a final time, could you please all roll a d20?
15 for Brenna, 14 for Eleanor.
12 for Oakfeld.
13.
So that is Oakfeld. Oh, buddy. This larger eye
Might not be help.
comes out the back, almost like a scorpion's tail. You can see dark sludge clouding the whites of the eye. And as it blinks, you can see the sludge stretches almost like gum between teeth. And then all of a sudden it reaches out towards you. Go ahead, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
You get the shade die because I was rolling really poopily last night.
That's a 12 plus 9.
Sucks
21.
the luck
21.
out of my dice.
You succeed.
Yes.
As this death ray carves over top, you take 42 points of necrotic damage,
the fuck? That's a 6.
halved to 21. And as it carves into your shoulder, the elements that are not flesh but bark wither and die. You see the skin become necrotic. Anything that this touches just seems to die. You feel the absolute absence of Melora's presence in this ray. And then right over top. But that is this creature's turn. That is going to bring us to Eleanor.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, of course.
Would my wild magic rage effect have taken effect when I said I'm raging, or will it be at the start of my turn?
It would be when you said I'm raging.
Okay.
I'm raging!
Can I have Keeper Zera make a con saving throw,
You
please? DC
absolutely
18.
can.
Nice.
Because this
That
would have
is
been
going
before
to
I fell.
be 18.
Meets it, beats it.
Yes, meets it, beats it. Now, is this a magical effect?
I mean, it does say magical effect on the table, so I'm gonna say yes.
So then it rolled one higher as well. So
Oh,
it certainly
whatever.
beats it.
All right. Well, I also get 1d12
There you
temp
go.
hit points, so.
Nice.
All right. So, Eleanor. What Eleanor do? Eleanor probably summons her rapier, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as it's not magical.
It is a magical weapon, so I imagine that she already had it kind of ready to go. So if you want, you can just use the bonus action to make an attack.
Bonus action
It's a
attack?
good room
Yeah.
for it.
Let's do that.
Who's-
Who's she going after?
I would say my magic's gonna be useless until we take care of that beholder.
And Eleanor's like, got it. That's not how she sounds. So that's gonna be a 27 to hit.
Yeah, 27 absolutely hits.
Okay, so, and then would this be?
You were directly in front of it and did not hide, so it is not a sneak attack.
It's
Wah, wah.
got true sight. It can see everything.
It's got
Should we have hit him before?
No. It doesn't matter. Just kill it.
Fine. Jesus.
Can you blind a beholder?
Probably by like cutting off all of its eye
That's
stalks.
max damage on the die for a
Every time
total
you
of
cut one off, it's not
13
a gross
damage
damage.
from the rapier.
That would be terrible.
Okay.
Am I missing anything
Hydra
here?
beholder.
Nope.
Did you do bonus action?
That was the bonus
Oh,
action you said,
okay.
right? So,
You still have an action
yeah.
Wait, what
And
was the
movement.
bonus action?
to make the dancing sword attack.
Oh, gotcha. That's a bonus action?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really good for rogues because it's a way to get
Yeah.
their attacking.
So then, can
probably-
she attack with it with a regular action?
Yeah, you just need to get within range.
All right.
It's
She's in front of Oakfeld near the door.
Yeah. So
30-foot range.
Yeah, she has 30 feet of movement, I believe.
Oh, I mean for the sword.
Oh, for the sword, yeah.
So she needs to get a little bit closer.
Like 10 feet or so.
But she comes like over here
Okay,
in the queue.
This guy's not there.
no problem.
All right, and she's gonna stabby, stabby, stab. 25 to hit
25 hits.
for a total of 13 damage.
13, hey, nice. Consistency.
Yeah.
All right. So you say that your magic's going to be useless. Eleanor just goes, right, like charges forward, slides behind a pew, like casting the sword over top. The sword starts crisscrossing over, trying to get at the eye of this creature. However, as the sword like soars in and cuts and turns to come back, it falls within the cone of magic, and so clatters right in front until it moves again and goes over top, you'd imagine, or otherwise diverts its gaze. The sword is inert.
Magic doesn't work. I just said that.
That is Eleanor's turn.
I thought we were running Eleanor together here.
That brings us to Oakfeld. Oakfeld.
So basically, the 2 homebrewed items that I got from you, are those magic?
Remind me which?
The innate one that I got when I made the character, and also the potion.
Yes. And then the potion, I believe, yes.
No, that's already answered. Everybody answered the question. Okay, yes. I was gonna save it anyways. So I'm just gonna regular Oakfeld transform.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna move first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll do that instead.
I'm getting big.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna become big. I want to be next to the crystals.
So as you walk in, it's these normal Oakfeld footsteps that then become like larger and larger as you stretch and your skin becomes bark, and there you are, a tree.
Okay.
It's Oaken time. I like that. So, what are you doing as giant tree Oakfeld now wading through the chapel of Charred Steel?
Like a baseball.
I was gonna throw it like a baseball. Yes, exactly. I have
you know
enough
what you
reach to
should
pick it up.
do? Pick up the pillar and hit it like a baseball bat. But
No,
that's just
no,
know,
you
that's
guys
just
will get
my-
mad if I wreck the.
What are you doing? What are you
wreck
doing?
the building and everything collapses on everyone. You guys already said that.
All right, just throw it like a baseball bat.
So we did say that.
Oakfeld, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pick up the beholder. Is there a glass window anywhere?
There's no glass windows here. You can see there are
We came
these.
through a.
No,
That's way back. So
okay.
down the hallway, there is like a hallway of 3 pillars, and then beyond that, there is that stained glass window.
I'm still gonna throw him down this way.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and
Towards
make a. This is an
Shay's
athletics
playing
check.
catch with
I don't think beholders are strong.
Not especially.
She can handle herself.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is a 9 plus 10. I might lucky.
Will you?
TikTok, baby.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
I hate that
The
you
Whip Stitch
brought-
Beholder.
Oh, 19!
Whip Stitch Beholder rolled a natural 1. And so easily you grab onto this creature, and as it's like moving, these eye stalks firing beams off, it's just you just grab it, and are you gonna just try to chuck it down the hallway?
Yeah.
I should have
There's a 29.
Knock it down.
Awesome. You
Chuck
take
it
this
down.
creature,
Yeah.
lift it over your head, and you throw it. It travels. What is your strength score?
Plus 10. So,
So-
and I rolled a 19.
Not plus 10. 10. Plus 10 would be like 40.
Your strength is a 19.
Oh, that's what I mean, yeah.
So, with a 19, you take this creature and you toss it 20
Plus
feet,
10 comes from proficiency.
launching this thing down almost to the very edge of this hallway.
Like
It
outside of
turns,
her?
and you realize this is a hovering creature, so it's not going to like slam into the ground or anything, but it turns and faces you now from the other side.
And Shay's like right here with it.
What I'm going to say for Shay, because we have Tina out, and because so much of the Staff of Twisted Fates and that entire thing is relating to Jaruxa, Shay is going back with Aira and with Hyland to hold back the undead while you guys are doing this. Because controlling that many player characters that are not here is not that fun for anybody.
So I was hoping that his magic stopping ability has a range.
It does. However, what you can see
the
as this across, Perhaps it was these embers that are coming down, and these certainly seem to have some element of magic to them. Some of these candles had lit up. The candles now go out. This range extends at least the length of this room. So, anything else, Oakfeld?
I think I'm just going to throw some javelins at the beholder now.
Okay, so you turn around and you see the beholder just wheel to look at you, and you stretch out, and as your arm becomes this wooden javelin, go ahead and make your attack roll.
There's a 14 plus 10, 24.
A 24, that is going to hit.
You need a D10.
Nice. Where did that land? Is that 3? That's a 3 plus 4, 7 plus 6. 10.
10. Okay. 10 points of damage.
You should get a box of toothpicks.
And that's piercing damage?
Yes.
Is it magical?
No, it's never been magical. I should.
Unfortunately.
Should probably get like.
Doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would hope.
Why not?
Because I'm a heal fell.
The heal fell, I said. Okay, no problem.
We like Heelfeld. We like him.
That brings us to Brenna. However, at the end of your turn, Oakfeld, she is going to go ahead and use a legendary action. And she is going to use Gravity Crushes All.
I don't like the sound of that one.
Aka, you in the corner launching these bolts of lightning at her. She's going to turn, and she is going to point at you. All of a sudden, it's as if the gravity magnifies twice, and then 3 times, and it feels like it's pulling you down. Please make a strength saving throw.
Is this a magical effect?
This is a magical effect.
Okay, cool.
And for what it's worth, your magic is back. You feel as if all of your magical abilities are working.
Cool.
Thanks for doing that for me, Oakville.
No, I figured once you told me this, I figured I had the plan.
Nice. 22.
22. That is a success. So as this yanks on you, the armor that you have, powered from within, compensates for this gravity.
Yeah, that's why he said thanks, dude.
You, as an elf, almost getting crushed within the suit, but the suit itself stands no problem, and that's what keeps you up. However, you are still taking 50 points of damage, half to 25. As this yanks down, you can feel the blood in your veins pulling to get out. Your heart begins to beat extra hard to compensate. This is bad for your body. All of the little pebbles, the charred feathers, pull towards you. However, that is all that happens, and that brings us to Brenna's turn.
Brenna was like getting ready to smash the beholder, and then Oakfeld picked him up and threw him out of her range. Thanks, Oakfeld.
Did you get an attack of opportunity at all?
Would I have gotten an attack?
I don't think so if you're throwing it, and Brenna's short enough that I don't think she would be able to hit it if she's not flying.
Plus, I don't know if it technically went through your range unless you were flying.
Which I wouldn't have been because, yeah. Okay.
So.
You fly back and attack.
Well, yeah, but I don't have enough movement.
Brenna, suddenly angry, you are in the middle of the room with nobody to hit.
She considers Oakfeld for a second.
Yeah, for sure.
But then, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's as far as I can get.
Wow, Oakville does the best crowd control.
You think?
All right. You turn and then begin to dash, chasing this creature. And as you do, suddenly it like whirls to face you. Anything else, Brenna?
I didn't even throw it towards a wall or anything.
I don't know. I thought you guys wanted to do some magic.
Hold on. Sorry, hold on one second.
No worries.
Killing it, not throwing it into a more advantageous position for it.
I thought this was a good
Remember when I was like, oh, you guys can help Eleanor by just like impaling her on spikes? I didn't actually mean that, just to be clear.
All right, Joe.
Yes.
I would like, so I know, Brenna knows about herself that if she were to take damage, she could, that it would trigger a new wild magic effect.
Okay.
Can I just like
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Roll damage. Just roll an unarmed strike damage against you. You don't have to roll a hit. You can punch yourself. You know where you are.
Yeah.
So as you get there,
Oh, well, that's smart.
Oakfeld picks up this beholder and hurls it over your head. You look, there's nobody for you to hit, so you're just like, all right, come on, Brenna. You slap yourself in the face, and it's hard. It like echoes in this place. If there wasn't like growling beholders and burning things, you probably would be able to actually hear these slaps.
Yeah.
But no problem.
What's
You,
unarmed strike is 1 plus strength?
You're a barbarian, so yeah, I believe it's 1 plus your strength modifier.
Goodbye,
But
10
it would
hit
be a little
points.
different.
Um,
So you slap the temporary hit points off yourself.
I'm like, all right, I got this. Yes! Okay, so I teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. I'm going to teleport to behind him.
Nice.
And then... Oh, but that would have counted as my attack. Okay. Well, still, I'm like... Grr.
All of a sudden,
Let me go.
despite
You're
the
confused
fact
now.
that magic doesn't seem to work in this space, this is an element of the Feywild itself, not necessarily brought in from the weave. And so, all of a sudden, as you slap yourself for the final time, slap, you disappear and reappear right behind this creature. No problem, Brenna, but that is your turn. At the very end of your turn, Keeper's There will use her final legendary action. She is going to cast...
Healing word?
Damn, I did a bad thing.
That was so
You
pure.
realize
Look,
that-
we've all messed up at least once, okay? So everybody gets one.
I don't know if everyone
She's
gets
going
one,
to
'cause
fly
that might be
30
it.
feet forward so that she is hovering just over and out of Oakfeld's reach. From flying over top, looking down, she is going to point at you, Brenna. And she's going to say, "No one forced you to come here, but it's too late to run." She reaches out and casts Pulse Wave, using one of her sorcery points. To
Is it
double
going to
the
hit the beholder too?
I am behind the beholder.
This does work in a 60-foot cone, so both you and the beholder are being hit.
Hell yeah.
So go ahead, if you can, make a Constitution saving throw.
I can make a Constitution saving throw. That's gonna be 18.
Okay, 1 second, just mark these off. So you watch this huge pulse of gravity. You can see the air, like on a hot day, ripples out. You see it strike this beholder and strike you. What did you roll?
18.
An 18, that's a failure. And as it begins to corrupt and touch this beholder, you watch as with her other hand, she points at it, and she uses another sorcery point to exclude it from the area of the spell. Brenna,
Yeah.
this is going to be, you are pulled 15 feet forward, which does provoke an attack of opportunity from the beholder.
Aw, man.
Brenna does a, does a 16 hit?
No.
So as you go by, and it bites out, and you see no teeth. You just see broken bits of ribs and other bones that have just extruded from the flesh. But you just go right past this creature, and you are pulled back into the room, and all of a sudden you feel the flying wings again die. She moves 30 feet back.
No damage on
Still floating?
No. So actually, oh no, because she has real wings now. Yeah, she doesn't have the ones that she had 10 sessions ago. So no problem. The wings carry her. And unlike the two of you, no longer relying on items to stay aloft.
Whatever.
Right. However, that is her legendary action. That brings us to the top of the round, to the layer actions. The crystals of salt, which all of you heard resonating to shield Keeper Zera, now begin to resonate louder. Is anybody within 10 feet of one of these crystals? I believe just Oakfeld. Eleanor, maybe?
Eleanor is
Eleanor's
just
over here.
outside.
Yeah, I think just me.
Just
I would
Oakfeld.
say just
Oakfeld,
Oakfeld.
you hear the resonance begin to go to this high-pitched whine that you lose, and then all of a sudden, boom, you feel it in your heart. You feel it in your branches. You feel it in your sap. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god, the worst thing. Oh no, I'm good at wisdom.
How?
Oh no, I'm not. I thought I was.
How? How would you be good at wisdom?
That's a 10.
A 10? That is a failure. You take, wow, I rolled a 1, a 1, and a 6 on 3d10.
That's pretty lucky.
You take 8 points of psychic damage as this winds and pierces into your mind. That is all that happens. Man, that was really a fortunate damage roll. Okay, no problem. That is the layer action. That brings us to Keeper Zero. Keeper Zero regains all of her legendary actions.
Oh, cool.
She is going to fly to the very corner. She's going to be floating over where that chest is, just because she needs to get her 5 feet in front of the chest, so she's over that mushroom, because, that'll get her right out of that arc.
Ooh, a chest. Noted.
And then, let's do this.
Don't do that.
He's too excited.
You see on the scythe, on the handle of the scythe, there is this, almost tied to it, a crystal. Her hand goes up to it, and you watch. She peers across the battlefield. Looking at each of you. Oakfeld, you are the closest to her. And so as you are currently the biggest threat, both literally and in terms of proximity, go ahead and for me, make a wisdom saving throw again.
Oh, Jesus. That's a 3. Plus 3.
It doesn't matter.
This crystal breaks in her hand, and as it does, the reality around you copies it. You saw Shay do something similar when the Staff of Twisted Fates had a critical hit. She casts Reality Break on you. At the end of each of your... So, you need to roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns, and that is going to determine what happens. I will give you a quick spoiler. None of them are good. And then at the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom saving throw to try to end the effect.
Okay.
This grips your mind, and as you look around, it's like the sky is breaking like glass, and as little bits fall away, you see a forest, you see the space, you see like a burning pit of magma. All around you, different things beginning to emerge as reality breaks, and your mind doesn't know what to make of it.
You say end of turn or start of turn?
Start of turn for the D10, end of turn for the save. That is her action. As a bonus action, she is going to... point at Akka.
Still with cover?
Yeah, still with cover. But this is as a bonus action, she is going to cast Magnify Gravity. So go ahead, if you can make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Do I have like advantage or anything? Is it magic?
This is a magic effect, yes.
Okay.
Mission of throwing up a hole.
Well, we all make
Said
mistakes.
Constitution?
Yeah.
I had
That
Eleanor
is
attack
a
twice with a
dirty
magic
20.
sword.
A dirty
after
20?
I told her that magic wouldn't work.
That just succeeds. And so with the dirty 20, as she points, you feel that same sense of gravity try to yank you into the beholder's beam, but unable to grab onto you. The metal in your suit almost grinds to keep you in place. That is her action, her bonus action, and her movement. She's going to take another 20 feet of movement action just to get right back to where she was. She wants to stay in the beholder's gaze. That is going to be her turn. That brings us to Akka.
Haste.
Okay.
While I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, that was good.
Reaching deep.
Yeah, but if I get back in the thing's sight, I lose my haste.
Oh, you do?
And haste.
Stop saying you're welcome.
One thing to keep in mind. One thing to keep in mind as like the world speeds up around you and you've committed to haste, you remember if you do lose it,
I'm exhausted.
that's going to be a rough time. But the world speeds up around you. In a brief moment, you see this creature disappear. Keeper Zera flies out and tries to pull you to the side. You resist. And as time slows down, she sneers at you and she says, "You'll come with me soon enough," as it just gets really slow.
And then I'm going to try to pull her towards me.
Yeah, go for it.
She's got to make a con save.
Okay.
And I bonus action get my guy out.
That is a 23.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Success. And I'm going to reposition myself such that even if the beholder comes back in, it's not going to be able to get me within its gaze.
Okay,
Very
sure.
smart.
So you just kind of scuttle back into the side, racing
Stop
through.
saying you're welcome. You've
welcome.
killed me already once.
Alana has arrived in the chat. She asked how it's going.
It's going great. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, Joe's having a
That is Aka's turn.
Sure.
Great. At the end of your turn, you can see too far away for Tar marches forward.
Oh, bummer.
It is a huge bummer because for you, that means that she is going to use Gravity Crushes All. So she is going to point, and funnily enough, the only place that she can use it right now is right on Akka. Akka, go ahead, make a strength saving throw, please.
No, if you look.
At advantage because magic, right?
Yes.
All right. How's a 21?
That succeeds.
Nice.
Not bad.
That advantage was helpful.
So she reaches forwards, and as she does, she casts Gravity Crushes All. The gravity intensely magnifies, first by a factor of 2, then by a factor of 3, but your suit stays strong. You take 29 points of force damage, halved, to 14, I believe.
It was 32.
29 halved.
29? Yeah.
That is her legendary action. That brings us to Ellen. Sorry, no, the Beholder now, right. Because of the Gift of Alacrity first round. So the Beholder floats 20 feet into the room.
Attack opportunity.
Attacks of opportunity.
Sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sir.
Go ahead. Technically, it's not leaving your range, so...
It was not in
It was,
range,
no,
'cause
it was 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, Brenna was
Because she
outside.
pulled me through it.
You're right, you're right.
Can't have it both ways,
You're
my
right,
dude.
you're right.
Yeah.
Push as an attack of opportunity too.
You can use... There's an action shove. You can do it.
I would like to hit it with my axe. Thank you.
You hear from behind you, try using a shove.
Yeah, because it was so useful when you threw it.
24 to
It was
hit.
essentially
24
just
hits.
a glorified shove.
No, I'm committed to the shove.
and then you're
21
committing us to
points
death.
of damage.
Nice.
Does extra attack doesn't happen on attacks of opportunity, does it?
No. So you swipe at this creature as it floats by. It turns. Everybody please roll a d20, including Eleanor.
I got Eleanor.
And actually, what I'll do just to speed it up, the lowest 3 rolls.
Okay, I got an 18.
18? 4.
9 for Brenna.
9 for Brenna, and for Eleanor?
She got 16.
A 16. So Akka, you are the only person who is not targeted by one of these. Let's go around.
Hit a moving target.
Oakfeld. All of a sudden, one of these eyes just turns towards you. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Since it doesn't have line of sight of me,
Nice. 17 plus.
can it
26.
even target me?
1 sec. I'll get to that in a second. 26. That is a
Behind
success.
it. I'd like
That
to
is
know
going
if
to
I'm
be
behind it.
as this ray like arcs over top. Oakfeld, you bend down. Some of your branches like cracking, and as this moves over top, it's like a numbing sensation at the very tips of your branches. And you would imagine that would have paralyzed you. Brenna.
Yeah. So it can get me even though I'm behind it.
Yeah, so it can go anything that's within 60 feet of it in a circle. You would imagine.
All right. What am I rolling?
Go ahead and roll a strength saving throw. One of these eyes points towards you, and nothing seems to happen, but you feel a tug.
I am raging, so advantage.
It's a strength saving throw, so yes.
Drop it somewhere.
Well, I rolled a 1 and a 2, so 12.
Fantastic.
That's a tough.
So, all of a sudden, Brenna, you are yanked 20 feet forwards so that you are now suspended 5 feet in the air, just right in the middle of the room. And this telekinetic ray holds you aloft. As an action, you can make a athletics check to try to pry yourself out, but until the oh jeez, that sucks. You're up there for a little bit. So you are currently stuck up right there. That is you for Eleanor.
Mechanically, what is happening here? Am I restrained?
Mechanically,
Yeah.
you are restrained. Yeah.
Oh.
This is like a different kind of restraint. This is like.
Oh.
Right there. For Eleanor, if Eleanor can make a Constitution saving throw, please. You see the same eye that just
You want me
whips
to do
over.
it?
What is Nightbot doing?
He's
It was
drunk.
like, no one put that command in.
There are a few commands that go every hour, so maybe
Oh.
that's why. I'll have to take a look.
You want me to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
By all means.
Oh, you probably should have rolled it. Sorry, Alana. That's... What was it, a con save?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a 9.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oakfeld, this is the same eye that pointed at you.
Yeah.
And so you watch as it strikes Eleanor, who for the very first time, not trying to hide, really just like kind of like moving to the very center of the fray, struck right in the chest by this ray.
She was behind a bench until Oakfeld fucked it all up.
You watch as Eleanor stiffens and hardens, and you can hear her just go, help, and then just falls to the side. She is paralyzed for 1 minute.
A minute?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. We're so fucked.
That's not good.
That is this beholder's turn. You're welcome.
At least Alana's having fun.
That is going to bring us to Eleanor. Eleanor stays completely rigid. 6 seconds tick by.
Is there anything she can do?
I don't think so.
All right, out loud she goes.
Can she control her sword without...
Oh, no, sorry. At the end of your turn, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for Eleanor.
I got it.
To not... To beat it.
17 plus 1, so
Fight the
18.
paralysis.
That is going to break it. So though Eleanor goes completely stiff and falls to the side, she just kind of stays there for a couple seconds, and then you just hear, and she just like scrambles back to her feet. No problem.
Hey.
Great work for Eleanor.
Hey.
That is Eleanor's turn, however. That brings us to Oakfeld. Although, you know, at the very end of Eleanor's turn.
Oh, legendary action.
Oh, man.
Go ahead
For a
and
brief
use
second, I was like,
legendary
oh, he's going to let her do a bonus action hide or something. No.
So, oh no, there's nobody in range for that.
I don't like that.
Fuck.
She's not going to use legendary action. She has literally not a single one in range. That's amazing.
fuck.
I mean, she...
That means she's like storing them up, though.
No, she has one, but it really doesn't make sense. So, that is going to be Oakfeld. What do you want to do?
My D10 first.
All right, Brenna, you're on deck.
That's a 1. I hope that's good.
Oakfeld. All of a sudden, around you, the air breaks, and as you look, you are looking into a far away place. There is inky shapes that loom in the darkness here, and all around you, thousands of points of light. This is a place that you have never seen, and then all of a sudden, as you turn and look, you see in front of you a massive Oakfeld, taking up the entire field of your view. And as you look upon this vision of a far realm, you are stunned until the end of the next turn, and you are going to take... Oh my god.
We're so fucked.
It's going to be a pretty short session.
Yeah.
Oakfeld. As, oh man, I am rolling so bad for damage though. You are taking 34 points of psychic damage as this shatters in your mind and reality breaks around you. That is your turn, however. I believe at the end of your turn you can make a save.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
But as I see this giant tree, in this like imagination world, Oakfeld's going to think of the giant tree that he saw in Yorn.
Okay.
It is you again. I'm not sure what to do. I've searched and I've searched. I do not know. How does the cycle continue? I need to know.
And as you say this, the mouth of this giant Oakfeld opens. You see the corners of the mouth lift up as if to smile, and this huge tree says, "Look inside yourself." And as it says self, it's like these tendrils grow out of the mouth, and it just continues to say self. And it grows down its body. It grows around it and rushes over you and begins to pull you in. Reality just shattering around you. Not a fun time.
Oakfeld's going to think on that word, myself.
Okay.
Myself.
Oakfeld thinks about that. That is the end of Oakfeld's turn. If you want to make a saving
Yeah, I
throw.
That is a 2. I'm going to lucky it.
Okay.
That is a 9.
Oakfeld, you continue to struggle
Is
in
there
this
any,
imaginary
bonus to
space.
that?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a saving throw. So if you have any, bonuses to that. Brenna, what would you like to do?
What,
All right,
to what
so-
saving throw?
To I think it's a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, yeah, I have plus 9, so that's an 18.
Oh, awesome. Still a failure.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so before you allowed me to do the wild magic effect, even though I was like right next to the beholder.
Yep, as long as you're behind it, you can do it.
Okay, but I'm not currently behind it.
Correct.
Neat. All right, well, I'm gonna pull out a javelin.
Okay.
'Cause I can't quite reach him. And just gonna throw
This is the first time I've ever gotten the spacing perfect in a map. It feels like everything is happening exactly like I want it to.
That's great for you,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Okay, so disadvantage, right? Because I'm restrained.
Yep.
16 to hit.
Okay, so you reach in. Who are you shooting for?
The beholder.
Okay, so you reach down. You have to struggle. This telekinetic grip has you tight, but you manage to just sneak out a javelin, and it's almost like an underhanded throw, but still from you, it has a lot of strength. That is a hit.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Max damage for a total of 15.
15.
Yeah. And then
As this javelin pierces into it, you can see it's almost like that cleft that is like a false mouth stretches open a little bit longer. You see tendrils like it's about to snap. It's starting to look a little hurt.
neat. I'm gonna throw another one. Natural one.
That is going to be a miss. And given your positioning, what I'll say is, there's nobody that really would realistically get hit by that. You just throw this javelin and it misses completely. As it goes, this creature stretches almost in half and it goes clear through the hull. Anything else, Brenna?
I'm gonna free action grimace.
Okay, no problem. You growl, and as you do so, that brings us to the top of the round and a layer action. On the very top of the ceiling, you watch as the grates open further and more embers rain down. Please make dexterity saving throws, everybody.
Did you?
Jesus
I rolled
fucking
for,
Christ. Oh wait, sorry, that was for me.
Eleanor. Okay, I rolled for Eleanor, so that's good.
I have advantage on dex saving throws normally, but I'm restrained, so I have disadvantage.
Correct,
So I
flat
should have
roll.
just rolled one.
Yeah.
Cool. Gonna do that over then.
Cool.
30 for Akka, dirty
Great.
20 for Eleanor.
Both succeed.
17 for Brenna.
17, that is going to be a success. Oakfeld? Dexterity saving throw?
That is a 16 plus 9.
As the fire just rains down more than there was before, not just little embers and fluttering bits of fire, but full-on coals. This seems to be increasing every round, but all of you still able to dodge. That is the layer action. That brings us to Keeper Zera. Her legendary actions refill. All right.
Sad times coming our way.
She
No, I don't know.
looks towards you,
This is a
Akka.
carefully curated
She doesn't
set.
seem to be able to see where you are.
I mean, just temporary. Such bad luck.
No shit.
So she's going to fly down
Taking out
towards
this one.
Brenna. If you could move her so that she is 10 feet away from Brenna, but she's still going to stay the same height, so looming over 60 feet above. All right. Love this. Over top, all of a sudden, you are aware, Brenna, that this creature from your past is flying. You see these dark wings carrying her over top, and she holds this golden scythe. She seems to almost flick it in the air, carving it in this circular pattern, and as she does, you see this blazing circle erupt and seem to spin to life, and as she does, she throws it over top you. If you can go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
It's cocked. 25.
25? Okay. That is a success, luckily. However, as this wave goes over top you, the feeling is almost exactly the same as being trapped in the Feywild. As this wave goes across, you feel time rolling across your skin. First of all, you take 84 points of psychic damage, halved to 42. Additionally, you imagine had you not succeeded, you would have just aged quite a number of years. To the point where you would have been on the doorstep of death.
Damn.
Or I guess
Level
it's good
9
as
Time Ravage. Not successful. But you still take a tremendous amount of damage.
Holy shit.
That is her action. As a bonus action, she is going to point right between the pillars near where Akka is, and she is going to cast Magnify Gravity. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
She's coming over here, you said?
No, she's staying where she is.
Oh, she's just looking over
Yeah, as a bonus action, she points, and where she points, the gravity intensifies.
Con save?
Yeah.
How's a 26?
Great. Again, your armor creaks with the effort, but you're able to withstand this effect. She growls, and you can hear over the din of battle, "You'll give in sooner or later." She turns, and looking over top, she's just going to float maybe 10 feet backwards a little bit. That is her turn.
It's like back over to this.
Yeah, that brings us to you, Akka.
Cool. First action, I'm going to try to pull her with my Vortex Warp. So she needs to make a con save.
No problem.
Eventually she'll fuck up.
Not this time. That is a 22.
Yep, that's fine. All right. Then, fuck. I really don't like this positioning. I guess I'm gonna try to hit her again, just with some of my, I'll hit her with some other shit. How about that? I'm gonna go ahead and cast a Firebolt at her.
Okay.
So Firebolt. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
As you cast Firebolt, this is a ranged spell attack.
Yes.
The firebolt flies out, and as it crosses between the cone of this beholder's vision, flickers into nothing.
Damn, it's still within that cone, huh? It's a 60-foot cone?
It goes at least to the end of the room,
Okay.
from 10 feet out into the hall.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, it's in the... Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
All right, then I'm going to use my bonus action to use the good old lightning launch attack.
Okay. Make your attack rolls.
That's going to be 17 to hit.
A 17 to hit. That is going to be a miss.
Cool. And that's it. That's all I can do. Utterly ineffective.
No problem. Very ineffective are you, Akka, just as ineffective as you are sad. That brings us to the beholder's turn. Sorry, that was me. It was just there.
I'm still positioned such that I can't be in line of sight.
Correct. I'm imagining, kind of like last session, you lean out and just pew pew, and you lean back in.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, and you do this when you cast a firebolt.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Pew, pew.
Well, Firebolt is actually cast with the calligraphy brush,
I was
not
just-
with the
I
arm.
was-
This
Thanks
brings
for
us to
ruining
the beholder's turn.
What was already not a very funny joke.
The beholder is just going to stay exactly. You know what? It's going to float. It's going to float, leaving Eleanor's range of attack, so she does get an attack of opportunity. But this beholder is going to float 10 feet back and turn so that the cone starts at Brenna and stretches across Eleanor.
Like that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, got it.
For what it's worth, Eleanor's blade does lift back up into the air. So from this place, if everybody could roll a d20, the lowest person is not getting hit with an eye ray.
Does that include me? Within
Yes.
that range?
Yes.
Because it can
An 8.
presumably see through. Can see through the pillar.
Generally speaking, the amount of damage each of these does will make the pillar inconsequential.
Did you roll for?
Yeah, 12 for Brenna, 13 for Eleanor.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Oakfeld?
8.
Okay. Akka, you hiding behind the pillar, the only person not struck by these rays. Okay, so going around the table, Oakfeld, go ahead and for me make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, my best. I'm gonna use Hannah's die. A 19.
Hey.
19.
I'm aging drastically.
Plus 3. So
Oakfeld,
2.
this beam carves across you, and you can see it is this like white light that as it goes, you can see almost
Easy,
nervous
cowboy.
energy that ripples across your bark, but you are a plant. This fear ray has no effect on you. It dissipates.
Plant.
Brenna, if you can go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Also,
You see this
Magic
eye
effect?
arc and carve, and the ray hits you.
Magic effect?
This is a magic effect.
Wisdom, you said?
Yeah.
15.
15.
Oh, no, sorry, 14.
14. Brenna, this beam hits you, and you see these beams kind of wriggle into your skin,
Oh,
and you're like,
with the
"What?
wriggling.
It didn't hurt." And then you look up, and all of a sudden, this beholder, it's like in Batman when you get the fear toxin, it just is horrifying. There are worms wriggling out of its skin. You see these tendrils now are like 30 feet long. You see tongues just stretching out of both the eye socket and the mouth. Horrifying looking, and you are frightened.
Yeah. How does that stack with me being restrained in place?
You can't get closer, but you also can't move at all. So
All right.
relatively not so much. And then for Eleanor, if Eleanor can go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Good for Eleanor, though.
Oh, that's good because uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
That's pretty high. Let me just switch back over. I'm switching between the two sheets.
Half HP.
That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Not yet.
A
Not for
dirty
a while,
20.
my friend.
That is a success.
Cool.
So Eleanor is taking 69 points of necrotic damage, halved.
Uncanny dodge to negate it all, right?
Dexterity saving throw. So yes, use your reaction to negate all of this. As this beam comes out, almost slow motion, it strikes first the bricks in the wall, and you watch as the wall is just evaporated in this line that carves across the wall. Eleanor, almost Matrix style, has to like bend over the back. The sword is coming back to her, and you can see the sword has to underneath. Nothing is hit by it. That is all of the rays.
That's not a reaction.
Okay.
That's evasion, which is when you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw to take only half damage. You instead take no damage if you succeed.
Okay. So you're using
Evasion, which
Evasion,
is just
okay.
a passive ability of
that makes
rogues.
sense. No problem.
We're all roguing on the fly
Eleanor
here.
still has a
Yeah.
reaction for what it's worth.
Excellent.
Noted.
Good to know. That is, however, this creature's turn. Keeper Zera, as a legendary action at the end, is going to just point at Oakfeld. And Oakfeld, go ahead and make a strength saving throw. She used Gravity Crushes All. And you feel the boughs within your
20!
head
This dice is perfect!
Hey!
begin to bend. Your branches
never
begin to
using it
bend. And all this time, as the limbs break and the gravity pulls elements down, you just continue to regrow. And all of a sudden, it's like the bark is pulled away. All the old wood is pulled away. And you're just bright green, like fresh tree Oakfeld, still standing
That
strong.
new tree smell.
She growls, especially at that. And Oakfeld, you are still taking
I like to imagine Oakfeld's one of those trees that you put in a car.
45 points of force damage, halved to 25 or 22. Sorry. That is her legendary action. That is going to bring us, I believe, to Akka.
Once again, I'm gonna have her make a con save.
Wait, give me 1 second here.
That was a legendary action after the
After
beholder's turn.
Okay, so if that's after the beholder's turn, and the beholder was going above. Did you already go?
I did not.
Okay, Akka.
Okay, so con save as
Gift
I
of Alacrity messes
try to-
everything up.
voice, after a vortex warp, not
Sure.
voice text warp.
Voice text.
So,
Voice to text work.
Yeah.
Keeper Zera must make a con save.
All right, Keeper Zera. That is going to be a 22.
Fuck. All right, she's good. I'm gonna launch some lightning launches.
Yeah, go
at
for
her.
it.
First one's probably gonna miss. That's a 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
That is a miss.
Second one, ooh, that's gonna hit. That's a 27.
27 hits.
Cool.
And so for the first time, this lightning launcher crackles. You can see it hits
second
the
time.
field, and it like cracks the field slightly. It pierces it more and more, and then finally, you can see she's distracted, crushing Oakfeld with this gravity, sneering because it won't work, and then this just shatters the field. Roll damage
Cool.
on that.
That's gonna be poop dice. Yeah, we're having a rough go of things here. That's gonna be
What's that give? I am straight up not having a good time.
that's 8 lightning damage.
Okay. So you fire this lightning damage, and it breaks the field, but you can see just kind of singeing keepers there.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna make another attack.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Very nice.
I took your third this game.
You can see this little singe, and she turns to you and she goes, pathetic. And then you do this final attack. The field already broken open.
That's 2 5s for 10 times 2, 20 plus
Hell yeah.
another 5. So
Oh,
25 damage. Lightning.
There's a wind of change.
All of a sudden, she says, pathetic. And you do this final lightning launch. It goes, there's no field left to protect her. It hits her straight in the face.
Crackle fucking lightning bolt.
Yeah. It across, and you can see it hits her straight in the face. The flesh bubbles and burns, and you watch as she it like carves this scar across, and you can see as she turns again now, the inside of her mouth, the teeth, there is this massive wound on the side of her face. It smokes and it crackles, and you can smell cooked meat. But she turns back to you and she growls.
And I growl back.
Anything else, Sokka?
I'm going to try to, I'm still just repositioning myself every time to avoid the gaze and as much of cover from her as possible as well.
Fair
but
enough.
focused primarily on avoiding the gaze so that I don't lose my magic.
At the end of your turn, she is going to take a legendary action.
Surprise!
Two of them, in fact.
Surprise!
It's too many.
So, she's going to fly up to 60 feet, and I don't believe she can reach Akka. However, on this 60-foot move, she is going to make an attack against you, Oakfeld. You see this golden scythe whip around, and as the wings carry her forwards, she slashes it across your back. Oakfeld does a 21 hit.
That's it.
All right. Oakfeld,
Tell us
can
how
you
it
roll
happened.
2d10 for me, please?
2 what?
2d10 for me.
I don't like that. Yep.
7. 7.
Okay.
That's some.
Lucky number
Oakfeld,
7.
you take 18 points of slashing damage, and all of a sudden, parts of the leaves on you fall off. The moss crumbles and becomes orange, and then red, and then black. And Oakfeld, you have aged 14 years.
Damn. Which is like relatively
How
not
many?
a lot in
How many is that in rings?
In rings, it's 14 rings.
14 rings.
Oh my god.
She slashes in and just
Bling, bling.
goes by. And as she does, the wound like heals and becomes like a permanent scar as the time passes instantly. That is her legendary actions, both of them. So she's moved 60 feet closer to Akka, as she is now very much intent on reaching him.
Does she approach a attack of opportunity? Or
Absolutely, yeah.
I think I'm stunned into my next turn, actually.
Oh, right, because you're in the far realm. Oh, unfortunate. So yeah, as she goes, she slashes into you, and you don't even notice this. You just feel pain and don't even know why. I love this. All right,
No, I see a vision and then I just become older.
that is going to bring us to, I believe, Eleanor.
Okay. Alana had a great idea in
Okay.
the chat. Thank you, Alana. So, Eleanor, does she have her rapier back with her? Like in her hand?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Get her.
Eleanor is gonna come up
Stab
next to
it.
the beholder and attempt to saw off one of its eye stalks.
Okay. So Eleanor like reaches, kind of slinks over to the side, gets out of range of this strange kind of cone, and using this pillar slides in underneath and tries to cut off one of the stalks as she does so.
Does she have advantage because she's the only enemy within range?
Yes, as a swashbuckler. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so using the rapier, so that's 17 plus 11, so 28 to hit.
28 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is what happens. With a hit targeting one of the eye stalks, you can choose one of the stalks to remove, or you can deal damage.
Get the main stock.
Main stock.
The main stock?
Yeah, you know, the main stock.
Okay. Not a stock. However, Eleanor reaches forward and goes up, and you watch as the blade pierces this huge cataract eye. At first, there is just a little fluid that spurts out before all of a sudden the entire thing just in on itself and then out. There is a burst, steaming hot. It's this almost clear looking liquid, and in the center of it, about the size of a beach ball, this goopy, almost like a lens. And then that just across the floor. All of a sudden, Brenna, the wings on your sandals, and even though you are in this telekinetic grip, you recognize the magic has returned to this area.
Nice job.
Very nice, Eleanor. I'm amazed nobody tried to blind it first.
Eleanor still has bonus action.
Way to go,
correct?
Eleanor.
So bonus action is a good thing to use.
Do you want to take over for Eleanor, Matt?
I was just gonna say, now that magic is fair game again, that dancing rapier is looking pretty nice.
Oh, thank you, Eleanor.
Yeah, good job, Alana. Sorry, does she still have advantage?
It doesn't.
Because
I
nothing's
think-
changed, right? So
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
You still have advantage. What I would say is,
I mean, it matters for sneak attack.
and what I would say is the first attack generally would take sneak attack. So you cut off the stock without dealing damage, you still have sneak attack available.
Ooh, do it!
Yeah.
Yay. We
All
need
right,
we need a win.
As much as I would not like that, that does make sense to me mechanically.
Plus, it just got stabbed in the eye, so
Yeah, 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so
nice. So it's a
96, is it?
fucking right. It
It's a
is.
lot.
It's
High level rogues.
It's a lot. It's so
96 and
much.
a D8 as well.
1, 2,
Do you need some
3,
D6s?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got it. I'm
Oh, wow.
good.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, look at those orange.
Sorry,
D6s.
Alana.
Oh boy.
It's good, right? Like for fireball. Okay, so we've
Oh,
got.
that's nice like that.
Alright. 15, 25. 38 points of damage.
Nice. 38 points of piercing damage.
Is it magical piercing because it's the magical
It is.
dancing blade?
It is.
Cool.
As this streaks forwards now, already the eye, like this cavity on the inside, and you see all around these arms reaching from the top and the bottom, they grasp each other and pull the eye socket shut. But already, this creature unaware of where the blade is, and so the blade is able to carve into it again and again and again.
Nice.
And this creature is now beginning to fall apart. Again and again, you're seeing just gaps through it that are held together by physical arms pulling itself together on the inside.
Yeah.
The eyes are beginning to contract and draw closer to the body. It's really beginning to look hurt.
That's good.
That is Eleanor's turn.
That should do it.
I think so. Yeah, that'll do it.
Right.
Okay.
Unless there's a reaction that she can use, but I don't think there is something that is useful.
No problem. So at the end of her turn, she will use her final the legendary action, and she is going to cast. No, she can't because of where she is. Dang it. Okay,
That's what
she's
you
just gonna hang
get.
out right there. That's what you get. No worries.
Consequences.
She's going to save that legendary action. So instead, that is going to bring us to Oakfeld.
Okay. Oh, I can add my HP.
Roll a d10.
Oh fuck, I forgot even about that. Does my bonus action work? in this?
I believe so because it's a passive ability. So, oh no,
My
bonus
bonus,
action.
yeah,
No.
Be a downer, but I
Not
think
in
also
this.
you're
That's a
stunned
2.
until the end of your turn.
2.
Oh wait, that's a D20. I'm dumb.
You
Exactly.
said it. If
I
nobody
said
acts
it.
on
I've
it.
brought it. I've manifested it in this world.
That's a 0. So
It's
10.
a 10.
A 10. Okay. Oakfeld. This huge Oakfeld, the slithering tendrils crawling and almost folding in on themselves, suddenly goes out. There's nothing but darkness.
Wait. No.
Never before have you felt further from Melora's light. You feel the sun and the warmth that it provides, leaving your skin evaporating into this void. You are blind, and also you are taking a ton of damage.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to go ahead and use a computer to roll 10d. Or what is it here?
Let me add my HP.
10d12.
10d12.
Oh my gosh, this is if a barbarian had sneak attack. This is amazing.
It's very convenient that you decided in universe that we wouldn't get our own staff of Twisted Fates.
It's really inconvenient, actually, for me in many ways. The story that I've been telling for 4 years falling apart in the last 3 weeks. So no, it is
Stupid
not.
babies.
Oakfeld. Sorry, 1 second here. You are taking 65 points of psychic damage. And, no.
It's always worth asking.
You are blinded. You take that damage, and additionally, that's it. At the end of your turn, you can go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Don't use the lucky hand of that. It's a 3.
You ruined it.
Oh, my brother.
You're just calling out, looking for Melora, and there is nothing. There is nobody, and you are afraid because for the first time ever, you are in a system that does not return warmth. There is no nature here. This is the purest form of
But
entropy.
I'm not stunned anymore.
You are not. You are blind and in a total inky void. So much better. That is the end of your turn, Oakfeld. That is going to bring us to Brenna.
Wait, I have no actions?
No, because you were
No,
stunned.
You're stunned.
Oh my God.
This is you being
So now-
stunned, and this occurs. At the end of your turn, you make the wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I thought it was only... Oh, it's every turn I'm stunned?
The D10 is your turn.
Okay, I understand.
Brenna.
Am I still restrained?
I believe so. Give me 1
It's
second.
probably a different stock, right?
It is a different stock, yeah.
But I guess if
So,
it needs to be-
restrained
Until
and
the-
frightened.
yeah, so you are unrestrained. Sorry, it's the start of the beholder's turn. So unrestrained.
Okay, but
As your
still frightened.
wings flutter to life, you now feel the magic return, but this creature looks every bit as horrifying as it did.
All right, so, but magic is still magicking, right?
Absolutely.
You just said that? Okay,
All
so-
across the field.
Cool. So I'm gonna teleport 30 feet over here so that I'm flanking with Eleanor.
I'm not really
Um,
feeling the vibe
ah.
right now. I don't think I do.
Sorry.
either.
So advantage from flanking, disadvantage from being frightened. So flat roll for
Being frightened means you cannot get closer to the creature.
Oh shoot, you're right. Sorry.
So unfortunately,
I was focused on the disadvantage piece.
you try to will yourself forward, but nothing happens.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to bamf, like up 30 feet closer to
Bamf.
Keeper's Era,
Okay.
and then travel the rest of the way with my movement.
Bamf.
Oh, I don't have any more little boxes. I gotta get more
I
dice.
got 2.
Oh hell yeah!
I'll just not fly for now.
And I'm gonna hit her. Before I do, I'm gonna be like, "You're just the worst."
Okay.
So, okay, nothing's giving me disadvantage anymore, right? Against
You are
her.
frightened, so no.
All right, that's gonna be 27 to hit
27 hits, yeah.
for 18 damage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna hit her again. Just be like, "You really are the worst." Oh no. 22 to hit.
That just hits.
All right. For 16 points of damage.
Very nice. So you fly forwards, and this creature over top, raining down this gravity magic on all of your allies. You streak forwards and yelling that she's the worst. 2 hands on this axe, you swing it down and right into her torso. You underestimate where she is with this kind of huge flowing robe. She's the same height as you, despite the height that she seems when she flies. And so you kind of dig more into the thigh. However, as you pull away, there's a spout of blood. You hit an artery, and you can see the wing weakly begins to flap. She has to catch herself, but she turns and she says, "No, you won't stop me." She's going to use her final legendary action. Now
I
that
thought he was
somebody's
gonna
in
say, "No,
range.
you're the worst."
No, you're the worst. If you can, go ahead and make.
Rubber.
save. Apologies. Constitution saving throw, please. Your best.
That is my best. 22.
22. Ooh, that's really close. You just succeed. And again, she reaches forwards and she stretches out as she yells, "You're the worst!" She grabs you by the shoulder. You feel a surprising amount of strength from this small hand. And down her arm, you see this ring of purple pulse, and it washes over you. You feel your hair get thinner, but you struggle, and the wild magic around you buffets this effect away.
Yeah.
You are not aged. However, you are still taking half damage. Brenna, you are going to be taking 46 points of necrotic damage, halved to 23. It washes over you, and still you remain unchanged. She growls, and she says, "Why won't you get older?" That is her legendary action at the end of your turn. That brings us to the top of the round. These crystals begin to resonate and hum and sing, and I believe, Oakfield, you're still the only person within 10 feet. So go ahead, make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
That's a 13.
13. The wine twists, and even in this dark place where you are completely blind, you are suddenly assaulted by this high-pitched sound. Before it got out of your registry, but there is nothing distracting from you here. It vibrates your teeth, your eyes. If you had vision, it would become blurred from the vibrations. And you take 23 points of force damage. So that is the layer action. That brings us to Keeper Zera's turn.
24, you said?
23. Keeper Zera
I have 9 HP.
regains all of her legendary actions. You have her full attention, Brenna. She's already used
That was the
all
goal.
of her time ravage and her reality break.
Yay, we like that.
Sucks you right in the face.
She's okay. Let's see how it works. So close is she, and still holding onto your shoulder. She sees you unchanged. She says, "Why won't you age?" And she squeezes even tighter. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
18.
An 18. That is a failure. So, if you could put one of these onto you, and one of them on her. You wish to kill me, Brenna. I'll take you with me. And you feel suddenly, and you can hear her heartbeat, and all of a sudden, they seem to start beating in unison as she tethers her essence to yours. That is her action. As a bonus action, she is going to... not really anything for her to do there because everybody's not flying. That is her turn. That brings us to... Aka. And then the Beholder.
Cool, I'm gonna keep my position there, but I'm gonna have my Echo Form get in range of her behind her so that I can get advantage against her with Brenna being right there, and I'm gonna attack the shit out of her.
Okay.
Is that one breath?
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Good breath control. Brenna, on the other side, as she says, "I'll bring you with me," you see this lurking loam emerge from the darkness, and this shadow Aka rise up.
First one is a 29.
That hits.
Second one is a 28.
Okay.
I'll roll those two because that's the first attack action with extra attack. Oh, and that's with my weapon, not with my lightning launcher. So
And those both hit.
yes. So that's gonna be, sorry, gotta go between these two sheets. Where is that other die? There it is. All right. So, first one's gonna be. Are you fit? 4 plus 18 points of magical pierces. Or sorry, magical piercing.
Aka, tell us how it happened.
Oh shit!
What?
I mean, she's probably pretty. Basically, like,
I don't know.
as I'm hiding still down there, I manifest my echo behind her and just like through the back of the head.
Okay. So
Pierce
why
with
won't
the-
you aid? She grabs onto you. She tethers her essence to yours, and then as she says that,
Right
the
through her
shadow
mouth.
blade right through the chest,
Through the
And
mouth.
You feel through the mouth,
Through the mouth.
and you feel the heartbeat, both yours and hers, stop as you drop to 0 hit points.
So that's my first action.
Okay.
Do I fall? I mean, I assume
Do
I
I?
fall.
Yes, you certainly do. Oh yeah, you
And
guys
she-
are 60 feet in the air
Fuck.
too. Damn. Okay, hang on. one
Oh
sec.
shit.
Ah,
Jenga.
yeah. Fuck you.
You have a lot of hit points, right? Your max
I was-
HP. What is your max HP?
My max HP is 182, but I was at 117.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
fine.
So you fall and probably take something in the order of magnitude of 20 damage as you do so. That is one death failure. However, you do not die outright. You fall, you hit the ground. Keeper Zara, as she hits the ground, much more dead. That is.
still my turn,
Yeah.
right? So do I? I can probably see Brenna falling down to
Yeah.
her death.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm like, fuck. Use my Echo Forms movement to get within range of this guy, while I go over here as myself, and I am going to cast. You're not dead, right? You're just downed.
I'm down.
0 hit points.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Brenna.
Very
Yeah.
good. So rushing forwards, you see Brenna poof, into the ground, hitting hard. The rock cracks slightly underneath. You see the other figure crack onto the ground as well. But rushing forwards, you cast Cure Wounds.
So I paint on your face. Get the fuck up. You get 9 points of health back.
Yeah.
And then using my bonus action, I am going to attack this fucker. I think it's still at advantage because I've flanked it with Eleanor here.
Yeah.
With my-
Assuming that
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like-
It's right there. Yeah,
yeah.
no problem.
and I don't think I get the elven accuracy with my echo form.
I don't believe so. No, because I think it's. I'll look, but roll as if you.
Yeah. All right. That's still going to be a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Cool. It's going to be another. 12 points of magical piercing damage.
Go ahead and roll one more dice because I actually think reading the rules it would absolutely affect it.
Cool. All right. In case it's a natty 2. Nope, that's on top of dice. Nope, doesn't change it.
Okay. So go ahead, roll damage.
What did I say it was? 12?
12.
12 points of magical pierces.
Okay, no problem.
And that's it for me as I position myself here and cure wounds and have my other dude attack.
Thank you.
Brenna, you
Get up,
come
get up,
to,
get up, get up, get
and
up,
as
get
you
up.
open your eyes, you just see dead, maybe 30 feet away, Keeper Zara. These broken black wings kind of folded over her. And then over top you, almost like maybe 10 feet away, you just hear... this creature is going to...
But also you hear, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Everybody roll a d20, please.
I got Eleanor.
Including my echo form?
No.
Okay. Because it can target it.
It's not technically... So the random roll is to
I see what...
account for the fact
Yeah.
that it's just kind of like flailing around to doing
Gotcha.
It's not really targeting any
Okay,
one
did you roll for Eleanor?
I did. 8 for Brenna, 17 for Eleanor.
Okay.
Ooh, I think I'm finally getting hit by one of these.
Oakfeld?
I think I'm gonna lucky this 4.
Okay. Yeah, probably a good
My
idea.
last lucky.
Oh, that's... I don't know if that's a good idea. Anyway,
Okay.
you're going to get hit. I got a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm lucking the 4.
What are you
No,
doing?
no, sorry. I was talking about that.
You have to
Oh,
get...
that's a 4 again. Okay,
You'd
that
have
was
to
Matt's
get-
right. Now
Yeah, and you'd
Matt
have
was
to
right.
get like a natural 20 to make it
Brenna,
effective.
I believe
because
you got the
everyone else
17?
Still
No,
not.
Eleanor got the 17. I got
Eleanor is the
eight.
only one that did not get hit by one of these
Okay,
beasts.
it's 3.
17.
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah, wasteful.
I thought it
love
was
it.
the first.
You're spicy today.
Because we're gonna die.
Constitution
We're doing
saving throw,
fine.
please.
Full Aka, bro.
Is it magic?
This is all. Yes, it's magic.
Cool.
Oakfeld, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, please. And Brenna, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw as well.
All right.
magic effect.
Yes.
That's going to be a 23.
Success.
Great.
This paralyzing ray just goes right across your armor. No effect.
13.
13.
This one.
I got double 11.
enjoy it.
Roll.
That's
That's a
right.
20!
Fucking
Hey.
enjoy it.
So, Ellen, or actually, you know what I'll say? Brenna, as this ray of
Honestly,
arcing
your
white
luck
light
is-
just sweeps towards you, Oakfeld just steps in front and
think-
throws his arm out. The arm cracks off, and the beam just annihilates the wood. That natural 20 helping you out quite a bit.
Thanks,
You're,
bud.
you're welcome.
That is all 3 of its attacks. That brings us to Eleanor.
She's probably just doing like a stabby stab, right?
Yeah, go
She's
for it.
got the echo on the other side. Right? Matt?
Yep, it's flanking.
All right. Stabby stab. Sorry, Alana. 14 to hit.
That just misses.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Never mind.
So then
No, I'm
bonus
talking
action
about Eleanor's.
with the rapier as well.
Yeah.
I thought that Eleanor had a thing to re-roll something. but
All
I
right.
think
So
it's-
that's gonna be a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Section. All right. So I went for the D12 now. So again, that's sneak
is sneak
attack,
attack.
and then
As you swing, as Eleanor swings over top with the rapier, this creature, one of the eye stalks, like flexes and knocks the rapier out of the way. The rapier end over end off into space before catching itself and swirling back towards the beholder. It strikes the beholder from behind as it begins to turn its eyes towards Eleanor. Go ahead and roll
20,
damage.
25,
But it's only once.
30,
Rest or whatever.
35 points
Not
of
a
damage.
reaction.
Okay. It goes straight through the back and out through the mouth. Eleanor like almost catches it, lets it just hover behind her because it's dripping with flesh. However, it's still up. Anything else from Eleanor?
I think that's gonna be it.
Oakfeld, what do you want to do? Brenna, you are on deck.
Oakfeld, in his mind, is still hearing those words. And as he's grown, he thinks, myself. Why did this tree say myself?
This isn't a tree. This was a false image. This was not Bubblewood. This was.
Roll 1d10.
A 9.
Oh my god.
Nothing changes. You are blind, and in the inky darkness, the warmth continues to leave your body. Give me 1 second. Oakfeld, you are going to be taking. Oh, that's d12. not
If it's more
D10.
than 9, I'm gonna die.
What's your max HP?
Like 165.
Okay, so you're okay on that front. But you do take 61 points of
Oh, fuck you, damage.
of reality break damage. Yeah, this doesn't even end when she. Wow, that sucks. So
That doesn't seem
this
fair.
continues to break because this is one of those things where it happens to somebody and then it
Yeah,
just continues
it
to
just
happen to
is,
them.
yeah.
Oh man,
Even
So-
beyond the grave.
you
This bitch.
fall unconscious.
This bitch.
What I would say,
This full on.
yeah, and what I would say is because you're unconscious, you're not going to suffer the negative effects for the next minute, but you are unconscious probably for the remainder of the combat, unless somebody wakes you.
If Oakfeld falls.
So,
Yeah, 'cause he's
Oakfeld
like,
down to
Oh,
0.
no, Melara.
That is going to bring us to Brenna. Brenna, you can see Oakfeld goes down.
What
are you doing?
The Bubs impression too, where
all right,
it's like, oh, blocks and curves.
So I
impressions.
stagger to my feet,
That's fine.
and so that's half movement, right?
Yep.
And I think I should be able to make it over here with the rest of my movement.
Absolutely.
Can I try and position myself so that I'm flanking? So
Oh,
that-
you flanky baby.
Yeah, I would say, and you can't share a space, but you can like lean in.
Yeah.
And like you swing your axe. Eleanor can jump over top. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is a good call.
All right. I'm gonna assume I'm not frightened anymore on account of being dead.
You are not frightened.
All right, so okay, well, I rolled a 1 and a 2, so a total of 15 to hit.
So yeah, you swing, and actually, that is exactly what you need to hit.
Hey,
You could almost not miss this creature. Amazing.
yeah, almost. Okay, so then that's gonna be.
Did you roll a natural 1 last turn?
I did.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
9 points of damage, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit him again.
Okay.
More than 15,
Yeah.
so
The first time you swing, you almost barely hit him, and the axe slamming into the stone bounces back, and the back part of the axe carves into this creature. You have to pull it back, barely even like a strike for you. Roll damage for the second one.
yep, 16 points of damage.
16. Brenna, tell us how it happens.
Oh my gosh. I carve off one eye stalk and then just continue like across his head, like and just get as many stalks as I can with my one swing.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
Beholder hair.
So this last moment, you haul yourself to your feet. You use the axe to like prop yourself up, and you almost take a staggering step, which turns into like a run, and then you leap, using the axe's momentum to haul you just a little bit further, and you swing. This is almost like when you were a kid. Did you ever have one of those things that you pulled? It was like a fairy and it would spin.
Yes,
around?
I love those.
You use the axe in place of wings,
Ew.
and the axe just carves over top, and you see these eyes all across the room.
I'm not saying
And
anything
as you
about that.
land on the ground at the very
Get out of
end,
your
the
fucking
backhand of your axe as you
gender binary.
swing just embeds all the way into this beholder. And as you pull it away, there is this wet, and then this creature just falls into pieces. And for all of you, you are out of combat.
So Brenna is gonna walk over to Keeper Zara's body and like do that cool thing that action stars do, which she's got like blood in her mouth and she like spits on Keeper Zara's body, and then she's gonna rifle through her stuff to see if there's anything good in there.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Akka's gonna release the haste so that the amount of, or the 6 seconds of nothing
Gotcha.
happens.
No problem.
Still maintaining my echo form though.
Okay.
Pointedly.
Sure.
Natural 1 for a total of 2.
You spit on her, and you begin to angrily go through her stuff, and really what it becomes is you just tearing chunks of feathers away. You take the bag, and like not even realizing it, as you try to yank off this like outer cloak, you just haul probably most of her items into like this corner. She's not really carrying a whole lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna kick her for good measure. And be like,
It's super effective.
yeah. And then I'm gonna turn to Akka and be like, right call, good job.
What?
Oakfeld, make an intelligence saving throw.
Well, because Brenna was gonna have to decide whether to like keep hitting her, you know. I know Akka doesn't know what he did, but Brenna knows.
You already, I
know,
gave you
but-
one. Use this one and be happy. See,
12.
you're getting there, kind of.
You feel a familiar sensation crawling across the lobes of your brain. Oakfeld, you hear.
This poop head.
Everything they touch dies. Do you wish to be a part of the death of all you love? Do you wish to destroy nature? Push them as they climb.
Joke's on you, I can fly, bitch.
What are the rest of you doing?
After like having taken a moment of exhaustion, I want to check out. Did the beholder just like evaporate?
No, it's just a big pile of flesh. It's almost like a mound. And it now, as you watch it, parts are sliding down the edge. It is a wet mound.
And it was like very much not like any of the beholders that I've seen or studied. It was like kind of makeshift.
You've
Right?
never seen a beholder?
Didn't we fight one?
Gunter fought
Gunter,
a
the
zombie
undead.
beholder.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not that. This is, as you look at this pile of flesh, you see very distinctly gnomish body parts. You see a few what look like wings. You can see like fingernails, teeth, all different elements of humanity kind of wrapped into a mound of flesh.
All right, then I'm gonna go. I want to check out this familiar fuckery, and then see. Oh, I guess
I was
Yeah.
waiting for it. Do you have? Sorry. So is Oakfeld awake, or you were just saying what he was like hearing while he was having a snooze?
So for like the next minute, Oakfeld is just like
unconscious.
stick straight, not unconscious. His eyes are open. You can see a little bit of drool mixed with sap begin to like run down the side of his mouth. There is something wrong with him. And then all at once, Oakfeld, you snap back to reality. Your vision is there. Every single sound 1,000 times louder than it was before because you were just in nothing. But you are back.
Still downed.
I believe. Did you heal him? Somebody did cure wounds.
Well, not yet. I
Cure
think we're
wounds
waiting.
on Brenna.
We're waiting to hear whether we're.
I'm
Do you have any
gonna.
healing?
As I'm like flying over to start investigating like what they were doing in this room,
Mm-hmm.
if Brenna's like, do you have any healing? I'd be like, oh, like toss a fucking potion that I have.
I have one too. I just.
Oh, well.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Brenna, you're like, do you have any potions? And then she throws you one. You're like, oh, I mean, I had one too, but okay. And you just have two now.
All right. And then yeah, I'm flying over here to. I want to investigate this and like if there's anything at the altar, and presumably
That is
now
just
I've
kind of like a
noticed.
little walkway. You see a table up there and a broken conjuring circle. But looking up, this place rises 100 feet. And there are balconies that extend up and up and up.
Oh, like
And as you look up, you can see there is one where a faint light shines through. From there, you can see there are these flickering seals of paper that are rustling in the wind, this faint wind that blows through.
I'm gonna use the potion on Oakfeld.
Okay. You pop open the bottle, and no problem. You just pour this drink down Oakfeld's mouth.
Nice.
can I investigate this chest here?
Yeah. You walk
Investigate.
over.
I don't want to touch it yet
Okay.
because I don't want it to be a trap.
Make a perception check, then.
Would it be perception or investigation?
Investigation involves investigating an object, which implies touching it.
Oh.
If you are just looking at it, that is a perception check.
I'm looking at it
Dan, it's
right,
4 plus 8
right on up.
hit points.
I'm moving over to still floating, but like right there.
84 plus what?
8.
Um,
I'm gonna roll for health and I want to do Oakfield's.
12.
Yes, please.
So no, 13.
13. Okay.
We're in single digits over here.
With a 13, as you stare at this chest, it is made of wood, which is relatively unusual, so probably brought in from the outside. You can see here and there little bits of like microbes and loam. There is no lock. There is nothing that seems to be guarding it, but it's hard to look. There's so much fuzz and mold across it.
Can I strategically firebolt it just above to try and like ignite the lid, but without burning the contents itself?
That's hilarious.
You can certainly try. Make an attack roll.
Is it an advantage? If I flank, can I flank with my?
You cannot flank a crate.
We're gonna beat the shit out of this thing. Let's go.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Ooh, okay. That's a 27.
Okay. With a 27, what I will say is you get a much better idea. You're an artificer. You have many tools at your disposal.
That's true. I do have these.
You take out an element that you use to weld metal and kind of creating this big spark. You just tap again and again the corners until you singe them away. Nothing happens. Doesn't seem to be any kind of trap. And as you singe carefully away at one of the corners, you create an opening wide enough to see through. There's no damage to anything that's within.
Cool.
And the smell shifts as well, because as you burn whatever is within away, it seems to be filled with some kind of organic component. You smell cooking meat begin. I'm going to continue to cook through.
I don't want to burn through the meat. No. If I start smelling,
Sorry.
if I start smelling something that's burning, then I'm gonna stop, and then I guess I would take out other tools now, knowing that it's not trapped. What are you doing? and gonna kind of use like pry bar to pry it open
Okay.
without touching it, but you know.
So all of you looking over, you can see Akka standing like 3 feet away with the pry bar, like straining his arms because it's a heavy bar, holding it at a distance. You just kind of pry it open a little bit, and within you could see still beating a blackened heart. It looks partially charred, but really the blackening seems to be some kind of necrosis of the tissue, and still faintly it pulses.
Does that seem like it could be a phylactery? I know it's not one of Zystrese's, but like
Make an Arcana check.
a heart in a box is something
weird, yeah.
Yeah.
As he does.
Can I fly over and look as well and
Make
see
an
if
Arcana check,
anything about it reminds me of like Keeper's Era and
Make a history check.
As they do that, I'm going to start to awaken.
Okay.
And as Oakfeld awakens, he like pushes both his hands on the ground and stands up quickly, and he yells,
Myself!
and you can see like sweat and just dirt covering his face, and he's gonna look at his hands.
It was just a vision. But all these visions I have, one's from Aurora, one's from who wish to bring me down the wrong path. But there is only one path, the cycle. But I do not know how to complete the cycle.
And he's just gonna put his hand in his pocket and feel the warmth of one of the acorns that could be it.
You reach into your pocket and you feel amongst the various acorns that you have in your person, there is one that's warm.
And he's just gonna keep thinking in his mind, myself. But that can't be right.
Oakfell, you hear in the back of your mind, it is right. You must be yourself. You must grow and thrive. Push them. Grow. Allow others to grow, for these people kill all. And that is what you hear.
got a 10 on my history check.
Okay. You look over. Maybe it's her heart. Hard to tell. Hearts look pretty similar.
Yeah.
And this one's still beating, which is gross. That's what you tell.
I got a 30.
Right. With a 30, you look at this heart. Looking much closer, you can see there are glyphs. You don't read Infernal?
I actually do.
You do.
Hell yeah.
You can see there are elements to this that seem to bind souls to it. This seems to be something that was designed to give command over undead. Although, looking around, the only undead that you see is this beholder, perhaps linked to that. Strange that it still beats. Hard to tell, and thinking about that, that's not right. This probably goes to something else.
Would I understand how it would work if I were to try and take control of it for my own to use against them?
With that check, looking at the infernal glyphs inscribed here, they radiate a power that makes you think this is not an item that you attune to. Holding this in your possession will cause whatever it's designed to do to happen. What it's designed to do seems to call to the undead. It seems as if somebody carrying this object would attract those kind of creatures, not necessarily to their detriment. And I would say with a 30, you're aware of a spell that is called
Command Undead?
No. Not
like
Spiritual
fourth
Guardian.
level.
It creates a field of tiny spirits, and going into this field can cause damage to
is
happen.
that Will-o'-the-Wisp?
No. It's a cleric spell.
Okay.
But this is a very similar thing. However, it will gather undead to you, and they will attack things that come to hurt you.
Huh. Okay.
It's pretty good.
The concern that Akka would have in that situation is if I try to use this and bring undead, would they be easily turned back by Zeistries when we go to fight them?
Given your experience with Zeistries, probably.
Yeah. In that case, probably gonna give it the old stabby stab.
No problem. And as you stab it, there is this loud. It just kind of folds a little bit and folds and becomes flat. And there is just a puddle of sludge.
We gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Is everyone okay?
Brenna's like very not okay, having just tumbled 60 feet to the ground. Brenna's like, hold on. Just gonna look over at Oakfeld and be like, can I have some of the magic spore healing you got there? Chop chop.
Oakfeld is going to transform into a tree, but this transformation is different. He keeps changing from tree to tree. First a yew tree, then a Joshua tree, an October surprise. It's as if the changes of each different tree shows that he's trying to find an answer. Find an answer in himself. But maybe that's not the place to look. And as he does this, spores are coming around and they're healing.
Does that heal everyone up to half over like 10 minutes?
Yes.
As you consider these things, Oakfeld, again, and this time it's almost like something squeezes the lobes of your brain. The part right at the front, right before the frontal cortex, the part that controls the primal elements, walking, breathing, right at the stem. This is the lizard brain within each person, and you feel it almost tugging you forward. It tells you, Oakfeld, listen to yourself. You know what's right. Don't you wish to spread the old faith further? Don't you wish to unite this world? Don't you wish for life to flourish?
As Oakfeld does this changing of different trees and hears these words, he's not sure anymore. He's known to fight these spirits, and he's also been known to listen to them back in Zeistries' tomb. And at this point, he doesn't know anymore. He doesn't know what voice of reason from his companions, from himself, and even Melora, what can bring the cycle back to the starting point.
Oakfeld, you reach for a god that does not listen. When has Melora ever spoken to you? Azra brings life. The rot, the plague, the toadstools, lesser forms. But all life dies. All energy is borrowed. This makes the world last longer.
And then Oakfeld is finally going to close his eyes, and his body is going to just slowly turn back into a human, and he's just gonna clutch his heart.
I don't know. This whole journey, it's been an experience. I've learned so much, but
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Well, it's not over yet.
Before they came into this room, like on the way out, Brenna had kind of been keeping an eye on Oakfeld.
Yeah.
So does she clock what's happening here?
At first, it's kind of hard because Oakfeld died, and so coming back, you're like, oh, it's pretty normal for him to be out of it.
Yeah.
But as he starts talking to himself, you're brought back to Zeistrese's tomb, these areas where Oakfeld has lost himself a little bit, and it's starting to feel a little bit like that.
You with us, bud?
yes, I'm still here. It's just when I was finally settled with you and realized my place as a human, and that honor was not a place to be achieved, but something that you recognized in yourself? No. I must think on this.
Alright, can you think about it later, though? Because we're kind of in the middle of, all of the stuff that is way more important than that.
How many hundreds of years have you stood, Oakfeld? How many seasons have you watched pass?
14, whatever you answer.
You have time. Why does the elf rush you? Why does he push? You've seen him fell trees. He wants to watch you fall.
And as Oakfeld says that last word to Akka and hears all this.
But no, I remembered it wasn't about honor in this journey, and then
Honor is a subjective
So
concept.
Brenna is gonna say to Akka, it's Zeistrese in his head. Chill out.
I know, but
Just
but I figured this out. No, I know. I thought I know what I had to do, but how does it all start and how does it end? But where is the start if I can't find the end?
Okay,
Hey,
in the back of
Oakfeld?
your mind, you hear just faintly, for the first time, Brenna, make an intelligence save.
Good. 18.
You feel this creeping sensation along the back of your neck. The hairs rise, starting between your shoulders and going up to the very nape. And then it seems to continue into your head, into your brain. But you don't hear anything yet.
She's gonna say to Oakfeld, hey, Oakfeld,
Huh,
there's a bad dude inside your head right now. You gonna fight it, or are you gonna turn on your friends?
I know he's in my head.
So-
That is not the problem, though.
I think that's one of the bigger problems for you right now.
The problem is not that he's in my head, but what he shows me. It's not,
He shows you lies.
it's
You
not what he
hear
shows me.
In the
it's-
back of your mind, Brenna, a new voice, adding to the collection that you've had there. This one says, "You seek adventure, do you not?"
What?
What?
Oh, oh God.
Oh, no.
No, not adventure.
Just don't listen to any voices in your head besides your own. That's just a general rule for everyone.
Don't
Okay, so
you
she's gonna
miss
try to take Akka's advice and ignore it.
Your friends, Brenna, don't you miss Elritz and Elmore? They're here with me in this pit. Come and see them.
That's not true.
Akka's gonna get frustrated and start.
Make an
flying
insight
up.
check.
Akka's gonna fly up to the balcony that he saw with the flittering.
Okay.
Focused
We'll get
on
to that
that
in a
being
second.
secure, but
You're like frustrated.
being
You're just
aware
like
of
floating up,
like
God damn it! I can't believe
trying
I'm dealing with
to
this.
not have balcony attacks happening as well.
No
If
problem.
there's any
You
like,
go
other
slow
stuff.
in order to make sure that you can like clear each balcony.
Yeah.
And as anybody's watching, you would see Aka's almost like corkscrewing up so that he can like watch as he goes. But no problem.
Natural 20 for a total of 22.
Wow.
There is nothing that seems false about those words.
Do I know what's happening right now?
Yeah, I would say hearing this voice in the back of your mind,
Yeah.
even if you don't know the like ironclad specifics of it, having been under the influence of Glacial Duneth, you understand there is a foreign influence in your mind.
Pope, says Brenna. And she's just gonna fly up next to Akka and be like, he's in my head. Dude, he's in my head.
Just focus.
Okay. What do we do? What's
Everything he
next?
says is lies. He's just trying to get to all of you.
Okay, what are we doing next? Just where are we going?
How far up are we at this
You guys are like 80 feet up, no problem. And as you begin to crest this balcony, you hear in the back of your mind,
Brenna, how much do you know about Akka? How much do you know about his arm?
Like,
Once I get up there, I'm going to start investigating.
okay.
I'm gonna try to ignore that if I can and just follow Akka.
You float up, both of you reaching the top. Oakfeld, what are you doing now alone down in the space?
Eleanor's probably down there.
With
too.
Eleanor.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't fly.
I
guess
usually
I'll
pick
wait.
them up, but I'm
Yeah.
distracted.
Oakfeld's probably turning to Eleanor.
Probably like,
Or-
deal with him.
White Magnolia.
Sorry,
I know it's
This
a
is not the
voice,
first time we've just left her to deal with him.
but
She's a good babysitter.
it's not what he says, but I can feel his mind. I can feel his worldview. It's not just him trying to convince me of something. It's me understanding how he views things. And that changes everything I thought was right. When I was with you, this whole group, I thought I learned that it was not about honor. It was not about this curse of being in this form. It's not about seeking Melora. It is about what you do every day to make things right. But I don't know. I'm supposed to complete the cycle, but I don't know how.
There are many spokes in a wheel, Oakfeld. Do you wish to have your form returned to you? That can happen.
And Oakfeld's just going to take all the acorns in his pocket and just hold them in his hands and just rest his forehead against his entire hand with the acorns against his head.
You do. And interestingly, you feel 2 worm acorns. As you open your hand, you can see there are 2 acorns that look very different than the others. One, crystal clean. You can see a perfectly smooth outside. The top, like a picture of an acorn. You see perfectly indented little areas that trace back to a stem. And the other, old. This is withered. There is still life to it. This planted could grow. But whatever it grows will be something produced from Azra.
Choose, Oakfeld. Choose right, and you can grow strong and tall. You can be a mighty tree again. You can last forever. The cold is coming. You felt it already. Shoes.
And you feel that feeling in your head disappear.
At this point, Eleanor's going to pipe up.
Sure.
And she says she's going to try and comfort him. She's going to say, Zystries thinks himself in the right, but what is right is not an absolute truth. We have to look in our own heart and decide for ourselves what we want our legacy to be.
Panache.
Yeah.
Panache. Oh, yeah, she doesn't panache.
I believe that is true, but I don't feel it in my heart yet. I was once called Oakheart because my heart was open to all. But I don't feel that anymore.
And he's just going to put his forehead against the acorns and try to feel the warmth again. And that's where he's just going to stay for a bit.
Okay. The two of you.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Brenna at some point is going to realize that the other two aren't there, but if we're seeing things first, let's see.
So first, you guys get to the very top of this space.
Nothing notable on the way up.
No, as you go up, what you see are on each side 4 balconies that go up 4 levels. Each one doesn't have a door, so imagining the winged beings that occupied this place, this is how they occupied this chapel. And at the very top, the one balcony that seems to have this fluttering paper that you all go to now, this is the only one with a door. As you open it, you can see beyond there is a maybe 15-foot tall or 15-foot long hallway carved out of what looks like almost like a beautiful silver, although almost polished too nicely to be that metal. And then beyond that, you see an expansive structure. You can see these huge walls tilted slightly to one side of maybe iron. Looks scorched, and many elements you can see blast marks, though the material itself is undamaged. This is the interior of the burning bastion, and you know, should you climb to the top, it will overlook the portent where Azra is entombed. At the top of this structure is Zystries, and should he complete this ritual, the portent will be shattered and Azra will reemerge into the world.
We have to go now.
We gotta go. And Brenna's gonna fly down, and as is her wont, without really asking for permission, she's just gonna scoop up one in each hand, Eleanor and Oakfeld, and just fly them back up.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
While she's flying down, Akka is just mentally preparing himself for what is about to take place.
Oakfeld is going to put the acorns back into his. I like to imagine it's like a center pocket in his.
You got a hoodie?
Yeah, oh no, he does have a hoodie. If you
Yeah.
look at
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just put it into your center pocket.
But it's got like a little zipper. It's not like the acorns are gonna fall out.
No, it's almost like a fanny pack, but attached to your stuff.
Yeah, he's a big fanny pack.
No problem. So you do that. For the two of you, as you get to this space, sorry, somebody said something and now I was thrown off by that a little bit.
I'm just mentally preparing myself
Gotcha.
while they're going down because I'm about to fight the dude who fucked my entire life.
Yeah, and I think when Brenna gets back, she's gonna say to Akka, like, okay, it's go time. Listen, he's all the way in my head right now, so do what you gotta do. I mean, I'll fight it, but we've been down this road before.
Okay. I'm gonna. Everyone ready? Thank you all for coming this far.
Brenna's gonna give Akka a hug.
Okay.
Akka will return the hug
Yeah.
after a moment of being like,
Akka's first.
we
sight.
might die. So, okay.
All right, let's do this.
Oakfeld's just going to turn into his book that he, the Book of Manners that he's transformed to be the Book of Tales for the Fate Changers. And he's going to go to the last page that he wrote because he wrote like around like different junctions of the journal.
As you like open it up, there are like places where it's a picture, and then scrawled into every margin, you can see, and Bruno was very nice that day, and just like all little elements of your adventure together.
But there is one last page. It's not actually in the last part of the book, but like he has it in one part. Then he knows it's the last part. Probably like on the binding maybe. And there's just an acorn drawn on it with very much detail on one acorn, but various acorns around it in small detail. And he just places his hand over it as he floats up.
Okay. You do.
Now, before we go into this, could you remind me, because I'm pretty sure we needed Shay to be here to break the pieces of Zystris that I have in my possession.
That was one of your plans, correct?
Can we still do that?
That would be hard, seeing as how you don't have the staff. What I would say is, you remember, and with that 30, this heart in this box, there is some element of this controlling undead, that may work to counter the influence against these. Hard to tell. What I would say is, you also remember Zystris has some of these phylacteries.
Right. That's why I don't want to just bring them all together and make them fucking
a gift.
Yeah.
It does occur to you that it might be safer to not bring them into this encounter.
Yeah.
Not the plan was right before we go to him, we destroy them.
Which is why I'm saying we can't. Yes, which is why I'm saying this now, because we can't do that because Shay is conveniently not with us.
But we can just fly back down.
Inconvenient.
Yeah, no, she's not gone.
In terms of the timing, as long as you break them relatively soon after he dies, you're still going to have that timing. So it won't matter a tremendous amount for his overall death. It does change some of the mechanics of the fight, for sure.
Okay, so I think given that knowledge, I would want to keep them somewhere secure so that Shay... I still have, I think... Do we have sending stones between Shay and... or myself and one of Highland or Aira?
You don't. You have it with Gamble.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to somehow send a message to Shay so that I can make sure that she keeps them safe in her possession while we go on ahead.
How far away is she?
She's far away dealing with zombies.
They went off to do.
Yeah.
They're in the
Shay
5 foot
things.
wide hallway.
Yeah,
that,
that's not that far from it.
It's pretty far.
Okay.
So
Far
you have to
for
remember
the fact that we're like... we've
That
got,
it's
like,
go time,
minutes.
yeah.
Okay, I understand now. Okay.
Yeah, like if we go back there, that's it.
Yeah, it's maybe like a 30-minute walk. That's a long 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay, now I understand the time is the distance, not the actual distance.
Was that box? That was just a nondescript box.
Yeah.
Right.
It would
Plan
fit
sight.
the phylacteries that you do have.
I mean, if this fight doesn't go the way we want it to, it's not going to matter.
And it won't.
You hear in the back of your mind.
Aga continues to bring what I need. Just
You know what?
as he always does.
I don't want to know where you're going to put him. And Brenna's just going to go, and she'll just be like, I'm just going to wait. You do what you're going to do.
Aka's gonna go, making sure that no one else is following, and go hide them in a specific place, but utilizing what he's picked up from watching Shay using the Zinyi symbolisms.
Okay.
To like when she would find paths
Okay.
and stuff hidden.
Make a flat intelligence.
Would try to like recall something that would at least get her attention, not necessarily like, but you know, something to try and guide her to those. That's gonna be a 23.
With the 23, no problem. You like rearrange elements of rubble, these feathers, you pin them down to keep them in place, and from an angle, as you walk up the steps and walk down the hall, it just looks like rubble. But as you stand directly over top, you can see it is a circle, and there are elements that kind of pull the eyes towards this box.
I would probably like put a little signature with my calligraphy brush too, so that it's like very obvious
Just
that
a
it's
little bing, paint that just kind of glows there.
so that Shay, because Shay's smart, she'll connect the dots there, and then I'm going to hide the phylacteries within that nondescript structure. Probably put them in the box, and then put the box like in this rubble pile or something, so that it's like you would have to be actively like looking around and you know, excavating to get to it.
No problem. You take a little bit of time to like move some stuff around. You see these candles, you pull them away and like kind of jam them in so that they obscure the bottom part, and you kind of make the rubble more of like a shell around it, and it's pretty hidden.
Then I fly back up and be like, I believe in you, Shay. I think.
All of you now stand with this 15-foot hallway, the only thing that separates you from the interior of the burning bastion.
Brenna's gonna say, it's now or never. She's
We're
gonna
just-
start walking
Just
forward.
moving ahead.
Yeah, and
not
as
even,
Brenna
like-
walks, she's gonna drink her potion of superior healing.
Yeah, not even paying any heed at this point, just like dead set focused.
Sure.
Aka's going ahead.
Brenna, that pressure in your mind eases and disappears. And then
think
all
he's
of you
gone.
hear in the back of your minds.
Not me.
All of you.
He can't. I've got my
Oh, it's circulative
yeah,
stopping bullshit.
my
We're good at stopping
let me
bullshit.
tell you exactly what the item is, but it
I
is
believe he's still here.
my Ring of Mind Shielding. While wearing this ring, you are immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type. Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it.
I
There
thought
you
we
go.
were gonna give
So
it
are
to
you
me.
allowing
Yeah,
it?
it's-
I am not. Fuck
Alright.
this guy.
Where'd you get? Never mind.
So you
That was the thing we
feel
were looking for.
you
no,
feel
I can
Akka.
artifice it.
Oh,
You feel Akka.
Then we
There
start
is this
walking.
It was an-
presence that buffets you, but you don't allow it to interact with your mind. But for the two of you and Eleanor, you hear in your minds,
Finally, you've come. I have been waiting for so very long. Even if you won't bring the staff to me, I can use it once I've dealt with all of you. Come.
and all of a sudden, you can see all along the bastion, the metal shoots out and forms 10 by 10 steps. They go along one side and the other at angles because of the angle of this building. And you can see they rise up and up and up, close to 500 feet to the very top where you can see a platform. Beneath this platform, there are these glass tubes, and you can see what looks like fire rolling through. These tubes disappear up and into the platform above.
Flying up.
Flying up Azaka.
As dignified as I can, I'm carrying Oakfeld and Eleanor.
You
up
have to
with
get
me.
like Oakfeld and Eleanor kind of
Yeah.
under the armpits, and you just go up. It's very undignified.
And Brenna reflects yet again on how Akka never offers to carry anybody, but keeps that to herself.
Yeah, and Akka, true to form,
A
flies
little-
ahead of everybody
A
else.
little preoccupied, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If you asked, he would help. He's just, too focused.
So you
You would
fly
help
up
Eleanor.
and up and up, and Brenna, you fly up and up, just a little slower with the encumbrance, but you make your way 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet up. And as you draw closer, this crawling in the back of your minds that each of you have felt at a different point throughout the last several months, you can feel almost ambiently this feeling, this pressure on your mind. For the two of you, you're aware that he could talk at any time that he wants, but you get closer, closer. And because it is 9:35, this is where we're going to end for the evening. So, we next play our finale on December 2nd. So the 128th session of Adventures in Alberon will be the final one. Everybody survived this one, although it was kind of close.
We did it.
And there was Eleanor actually was the one that really changed the tide of battle with that sneak attack.
Yeah,
that was huge.
That was amazing.
Noticeably shifted the
And
tide.
that was all Alana too.
Yeah.
Us, yeah.
So Alana coming through on the clutch. Well done. I hope your headache is feeling better too. We will be back December 2nd. If you can't wait until then, a day earlier will be our next session of Mosaic Team 5. This group of bounty hunters making their way into the Tunnel Quest game, which sounds so fun and innocent unless you know what it is. So that is all going to be 2 weeks from now. Please enjoy the holiday if you have it. If you don't, have a safe week. We'll see you in December. Bye.
Bye.